Welcome everyone to another episode of Into the Mist. This is episode 6, and we are very excited to be here. Episode 6? Six.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, we're here.
A massive thank you, first of all, to our main title sponsors, Dungeons & Dragons, for having us on their Twitch channel and for sponsoring the show. Beetle and Grimm's for having us on their channel and being our latest main title sponsor as well. That is an awesome shirt.
Yeah,
That's the
cool
9 Hells shirt.
Yeah.
What's the shirt, Matt?
That's the 9 Hells, right?
Tell us.
I know, sure, yes.
Oh.
You can win this.
Yeah.
We're giving away a couple shirts today. You
Amazing. And
can bet my chest.
and we're awaiting our shirts in the mail as well.
We are.
Ordered all shirts for us as well, and thank you, Matt, for that. And then, of course, Sirenscape is also our third main title sponsor, and you can check out all of the sound sets that we use at sirenscape.com/RealmSmith. Type RealmSmith into the search bar, and you will see everything that we use, including Hopeless Village and Death House are the first two, and we'll be making more moving forward. We will be doing a Beetle and Grimm giveaway, as Matt said, the second half, but we want to thank our product sponsors next. And Joel, take it away for the most recent Mythroll stuff.
Yes.
This is when we.
That camera there, yes. Hi, guys. Today we launched our third Kickstarter, and we're already half funded. So tonight's Mythroll giveaway will be a Mythroll's Perplexing Puzzle Experience box. And our wonderful partner in this particular crime is Brandon Perkins, who has designed 5 unique and presentable physical puzzles that you can give your players at the table as a DM for the party. And so we're so pumped about this box that is being kickstarted right now. Go back it. Just go to Kickstarter and find it there. I forget what the link is. Damn it.
What should we search in the Kickstarter search?
Perplexing.
It's puzzles.mythrollarmory.com.
Puzzles.mythrollarmory.com.
And David is very loud, folks at home, so
Sorry, it's
R.I.P.
puzzles.mythrollarmory.com.
R.I.P. earphone users.
Yes.
We want to thank WizKids, of course, for their ongoing support, and Miniatures, Dwarven Forge for the awesome terrain that we are using at the table, Hero Forge for our player character minis. They are all done now, except for Muskoka, who I am waiting for in the mail, and I will be painting him next and posting that, which will be awesome. Mythroll, as we just talked about, and of course D&D Beyond for their ongoing product support. Thank you so very much. I want to thank our Smith Guardians, who are our moderators, but more than that, they take care of our entire Discord channel, so we want to do a huge shout out and thank you to them. Dave is now in his car.
Okay, I'll explain. I'm up in my cottage, but I did not want to miss the session. So I went into town to go to the Tim Hortons, and they're not letting us sit inside, and now it started to rain. So I'm going to play from here.
Perfect.
I'm not going to miss it.
Whatever.
I'm going to play from here.
Yeah,
There you
it's
go.
all good. It's all good. As long as your battery doesn't die for your car
I'm
light
good.
in the
I
middle.
might run out of gas, but I won't run out of battery.
Fair enough.
Dedication.
Fair enough.
And now we don't hear the crickets.
That's right.
He took
That's
one.
right.
I got one in my pocket.
Yeah.
That's his conscience.
Speaking of the Discord, we have an incredible Discord community of people who are literally hundreds of people who are role-playing as Vistani right now. And so to join that, and actually it's below there, you can join the Discord, you can subscribe on the RealmSmith channel. So you'll have to jump over to the RealmSmith channel, but make sure you jump back to whatever platform, whether it be Beetle and Grimm or on Dungeon and Dragons, to support them. But jump over here. If you subscribe at Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3, there's different perks at different levels, and you can join that awesome roleplay community. We're also launching quests right now for the community, so members are actually, Vistani are going on quests that are affecting our live stream and the results and the future of what we do at the table, which is really cool. We wanted to create an awesome interactive experience, and I think that we've been able to do that. Extra Life, as usual, is our charity of choice for this season and for the Into the Mist. Last week we got a massive donation of like $1,300 and $300.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. What is it?
$1,373.
Yeah, but it's anyways. Leet.
It was Leet. Yeah.
Leet. Right.
Yeah.
Somebody, anyways, awesome, incredible. It gave them 2 items that will be delivered soon to the party. And I have to rethink soon, I think, the next items. But we're only $200 away from the Arrow of Vampire Slaying, but you'll hear more about that from Grigori in the break.
Sounds like it would be useful.
Yeah.
I don't know, Barovia.
I want that. I want it.
Yeah. Maybe we should get that, guys.
Yeah. You know, if it was like an arrow of like Awesomar slaying, then you maybe like, I wonder what that's for.
Yeah, we wouldn't
We'll
use that
figure
as
that out. Although right now there's
But
some
now it's
interesting.
like, that's specific to my needs.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My backstory.
Arrow of elephant slaying. That'll come in handy. We do have merch, so you can check out all of our merch. It's below on our RealmSmith Twitch channel. You can check it all out. We've got lots of t-shirts and hoodies and phone cases and all that kind of stuff, so you can check that out.
Hoodies.
And that helps us to do what we do. Hoodies.
Did you say
We have
the
hoodies. We have lots of hoodies. Behind the screen tomorrow night, open QA session with myself. On Thursday, we have a player's table with Joël Auge, which is a player-focused event show. And then Nozer's Marvelous Tutorials on Sunday. Yesterday, I painted flumps.
Flumps?
Flumps.
I love flumps.
Yeah, they're great. I painted a pink one and a blue one, and it was nice. And then,
Their
yeah.
name is soft.
They're so
Right?
fluffy.
And then there's so much else that we want to talk about for RealmSmith that we can't yet, but we got lots of things in the works, which we're really excited about. Wanna, of course, thank Matthew Lillard for joining us again in the role of Rictavio.
What? He's here again? Yeah!
Thank you for joining us, and Ezmerelda, who is being played as Noura, always, and awesome. And it's going to be an interesting session, I think, that we have going
they
on
have
here.
Been. They have been.
Yeah. Are you sold out of Strahd yet, Matthew?
No, Strahd has a long way to go. Hold on a second. I'm buying a arrow of.
Vampire slaying? Aw, Matthew. I'll make sure to put one in just for you.
No, I think I just bought it. Okay.
Aw.
Dude.
Bring up that little meter there, guys. Yep, you did. You did it.
Matthew Lillard!
Wow.
Saving
wasn't
children left, right, and center.
For the kids!
Yeah.
Oh,
I
for
like
the-
it.
Dude, it's
oh,
awesome.
buddy,
I like
thank
children
you.
when they're properly cooked.
No!
That's not,
So terrible.
they're delicious, but they're just perfectly no. That was not mine. That was from I stole that from someone. Who did I steal that from? Daddy or uncle. Anyways, we are not sold out of Strahd. Strahd doesn't sell out. I mean,
Okay,
eventually it will, but
Right.
hopefully not for a long way to come.
sure.
We sold out of Ice Maiden last week. Remember, we had 3 left.
Yep.
Yes.
Those were gone by
Yeah.
the next morning. So the
Awesome.
platinum box of Icewind Dale is gone. So we're really proud of that. And Strahd sells on and is doing really well.
Awesome.
good.
Amazing. And you can check all that out at beetleandgrims.com. They have incredible
Thank you
premium...
for asking.
No problem. They have incredible premium boxes for all of your D&D needs and campaigns, which are amazing. And you will see a lot of the stuff actually throughout the season that we will be using in our campaign. We'll talk a bit more about it in the break, including some items that I'm looking forward to getting soon that the players got last session, interestingly enough. All right. Y'all ready to enter the mist?
Barely.
Shall we? All right. Last we left you all, you had ventured to the Abbey of St. Markovia, which is just north of the village of Kresk. You headed to the Abbey because Irina, who has become Strahd's target, who has become his love, who has become his obsession, was told that she could be safe at this Abbey. Rictavio told all of you that he felt like the Abbey and the abbot were not a place that potentially of good and of purity, and you have kind of discovered that in coming here. In coming here, you realized and recognized that there are a family, the Bellevues, who are known as mongrel folk. They're a mix of creature and human, and there are many that you can tell here. You hear the screams and you smell the horrible bestial odors that are coming from the area that you are now. You entered, you spoke to the abbot. He told you that he had built a bride for Strahd, from the remains of those that had passed in the village of Kresk by sewing together pieces and magically bringing her to being, and all he needs is the perfect face. And his hope, of course, was that Irina would sacrificially give of herself to rid the land of Strahd's curse forever. You did not like that. Brandon in the he say face off. And you guys didn't all like that. But we came to realize and find out that the Deva that speaks to Callie and has been speaking to her whole life is in fact the abbot of the Abbey of St. Markovia.
That's a twist.
You're in cahoots.
She did not see that coming.
No.
You all went kind of, Callie had taken off while you were meeting. She ran through trying to find a room for some reason. You all took chase. You were attacked by a flesh golem, who right now, giant or large, Sterling is spooning the flesh golem, holding him in place.
Cuddling.
And suddenly, not the silence, but the atmosphere was broken by shards of wood as the abbot burst through the door on the second floor of the abbey, flew kind of into the middle of the courtyard, 10 feet currently, more like 15 feet up in the air, and said, "Where is she?" And you, as you look out the door there, Falpher, you see this luminescent, silver-skinned being, perfectly chiseled, luminescent hair and eyes, and these unfurled, glorious, feathered wings that currently are keeping him aloft as he stands looking down at you.
Yeah.
I think we were in initiative.
We were in initiative, yes. I believe.
And before I continue, I'm going to tell you about the giveaway that we are doing, because you didn't talk about the giveaway, did you?
Forgot.
Yes. So we are doing a giveaway of one of the puzzle boxes.
That's correct.
So in order to enter for the giveaway, is it Mythroll, guys?
Yeah. Mythroll, yeah.
So type Mythroll, MYTHROLL, into the chat. More than once you get disqualified, but you have the chance to win the new puzzle box from Mythroll Armory.
Value is about $100.
Value's about $100. So really, really stinking cool. And we're very happy and excited for it. All right, so we did roll initiative. I do have the initiative from last week, and we do this when we roll initiative. And except that I wrote initiative in red pen, and it doesn't quite work when I can't
light?
see it. Yeah.
When the light makes the page red, too.
Yeah, exactly. All right. I don't remember where we left off. Do we remember whose turn it was last? No, we're going to start at the top of the... Oh, go ahead.
Wasn't it Callie that one?
No, it was Ezmerelda. She punched the I'm going to say that it was Ezmerelda. She punched
she was
the
punched
air,
in the air.
trying to find
I was
Callie.
punching air, trying to find Callie.
Yeah,
Shadow
that's
box,
right.
yeah.
And then, and Callie had already moved out of the way, as you could tell. So we're going to go with the golem next. Can you give me a strength athletics check there, Sterling, please?
I hope for the best. I hope for the best.
No whammies.
I got 10.
Okay. All of a sudden, the flesh golem bursts free from your...
Hold
Yeah,
on.
go ahead.
I get
Oh, yes.
I get advantage because I'm big
Because you're big
Sterling.
Sterling.
Big Sterling.
Come on. Come on.
Hey, you know what? That's a natural 20 right there.
Roll of the night.
What a way to
That's the
start
way to
a
start.
stream. Amazing. So, you feel this strength start to, as he hears his master's voice, begins to thrash and push against your, but you manage to close in even further, and with no trouble continue to hold him in place.
Not yet.
All right. The
Dedicated babysitter. You know?
Yeah.
Not yet.
Ice cream later.
Falpher, you are up. Muskoka, you are on deck.
I will have knocked. So I used an arrow against the flesh golem. I have
Yep.
one left.
Yep.
I'm gonna turn towards turn my body towards the angel-like being, which I assume
Okay.
is the abbot, and I'll go to my compatriots, yell down the hallway, and go, "I had a bad feeling about this man," and attack with an arrow.
Okay. All right. Give me a attack roll, please.
Yes, sir. That's 2 plus that. 5, so 7 in total.
A 7 in total.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Yeah. What does that lead to?
So you turn around and you feel pretty good about this.
Yeah.
And you bring your crossbow to bear and
Yeah.
you let go of that bolt and it flies true. And he literally goes and knocks it out of the way as it flies over and sticks into the snowy ground off to the side of him as he deflects it.
And I will use my movement
Yes.
to get up to. Can I? I have 25, so let's move me 5 spots towards those stairs over there, into the corner.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
that should be good.
So you've come out into the
Yep.
courtyard.
That's right.
All right. Muskoka, you're up. Rictavio, you're on deck.
Okay, so I'm still back in the dining hall with Marzana, the thing.
Yep. No, Vasilika.
Yes,
Yeah,
over here.
I want to. Right, I want to cast hold person
On her.
on her.
Okay. Can you read that spell real quick?
Yeah, you choose a humanoid target that you can see within range. The target must succeed on a Wisdom saving throw or be paralyzed for the duration. So it's a Wisdom 14 saving.
Okay, and sorry, it's a creature, it says?
Humanoid.
Okay. And it's paralyzed? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, for Wisdom 14 saving throw.
Okay. You and it has I'm assuming a verbal and a somatic component to hold person. Okay.
Yeah, it's verbal, somatic, and a piece of iron.
Okay. So you do what you need to do in order to cast your spell, and as you do, she sits still for a moment, and her hands on the table, and then she turns towards you and looks at you, and like cocks her head to the side, seemingly no effect.
Okay.
Would you like to move? And you did hear a smash of wood and debris from above you and to the right, overlooking basically the courtyard there. Okay, do you want to move at all?
No.
Okay, you are currently still at the foot of the stairs, just so you know, and she's kind of sitting in front of you, and she turns like this to look at you and
Yeah,
kind of
I'll-
cocks her head.
I will step slightly towards her, kind of close the distance a bit.
Okay,
Okay.
all right. Rictavio, you're up. Callie, you're on deck.
Hey, Jake, if
Yeah.
you guys get super loud, I love Sirens Game.
But it's super loud?
Super loud.
Okay, yep.
Okay, so I don't see Callie in here anymore, do I?
You do not. You saw her kind of snuff out of existence as she went invisible, and then Ezmerelda kind of swung out where you said that she was, with no effect.
Okay. Can I give a, did I see her painting on the wall?
Yes, you see what. And if you can give me a performance check, Callie, to see how well you painted this door,
Oh yeah, we hadn't done that.
to see if you can actually make out kind of what she has painted up to this point.
That's an 11 plus 3.
Okay, so you see, so a 14, you can see that it looks like the bottom of a rustic kind of wooden door that she started to paint. Did you start from the
Can
top
I-
down or the bottom up?
I would have done the top.
Okay, so it's the top of a wooden rustic door.
Okay, so can I do an Arcana check to see if I understand that she's trying to paint some kind of magic door?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cocked die. 16.
Yeah. So with a 16, you can actually see that there's a bit of a shimmer to the paint. It's not just regular paint, and you didn't know necessarily that she had the marvelous pigments, which are Nolzur's marvelous pigments, in her possession. But with the 16, you have heard of magical paint that can be used in order to create something.
Great. So I'll say, Callie, I know not what you are doing, but now is not the time to escape. Show yourself. We are on the same team, child. What are you doing? And I'll put myself between her painting that door
Yeah.
and the door itself.
Okay, so if you can
I
just
mean
move right
you no harm. But this
Maybe
is
she-
absurd. Huh?
Maybe she actually wanted to pee in privacy for once.
She's building a bathroom door. That's what she's doing.
And so, Matt, you want.
None of your feminine ways.
And you wanted to stand beside between the real door and the door she painted. Is that right, Matt?
Yeah, so I
Okay.
put myself, I texted you last week, I put
Yeah.
myself in the doorway so she couldn't escape.
Yeah.
Understanding now that she's painting a magical door,
Yeah.
I'm going to now put myself up against that door
Yeah. Yeah.
and say,
Yeah.
Callie, what are you doing? There is nothing here but friendship. Do not do this, child.
Give me a survival check with disadvantage, please.
Bible check?
What? That's awesome. What's gonna
That's
happen?
not awesome. Disadvantage?
Yeah.
A 15.
Give me a stealth check, Callie, with advantage, please.
Okay, wait, that's
one
just
more,
7.
One more roll.
Why can't I go
I
down?
know, it's weird.
That's only a 2.
So the 7.
7 plus 7.
Yes,
14.
And sorry, what did you roll, Matt? Memory.
15.
15.
14.
14? And you rolled a 14?
Yeah.
Okay. So you do notice, you didn't hear anything as she kind of moved off, but you do notice that the ground, some of the dust that exists up here has been disturbed going up the hallway. So not the door that you're in front of, but there is an open hallway that goes deeper into this floor ahead of you, around the corner. Okay?
Yeah, I'm gonna point it out to Ezmerelda. Look,
Yeah.
there are tracks. And I'll stay in front of this magic door.
Okay.
Find her. We must convince her to stop this madness. Do not hurt her.
Okay.
Okay, you stay here and I'll see where these tracks lead.
Be careful, child.
Okay, Callie, you are now invisible. You have moved 30 feet in the direction that you want to. What is your intention at this point? And I'm just going to trust everyone not to metagame.
Oh, you're telling me?
No, I'm
need
asking.
To know?
I'm asking. Yeah. I need to know where you're headed. Are you moving further into where you were, or?
No, I want to go down here to get them.
Okay. Okay. Are you going into a room, or are you going straight?
I am. I'm gonna go into a room.
Okay. Which can you point to?
Yeah.
Which one?
I'm gonna go. How far?
So
are
you can
these?
open up that area, and I'm going to give you a
The
description of
blocks
what
on
that
top.
is.
Okay.
Yeah, those blocks you can pull up, and then we can show the folks at
And,
home.
Like, how many feet are these? 5 feet.
5
each
feet
one?
each one.
Okay, so I have a flight that I can go 30 feet. I can go 30 feet, my flying speed.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go.
Well, so your walking speed is also 30 feet.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Ah, you think that you would have like gone a little faster if you flew?
No,
Yeah, but
Oh,
not
okay,
the case.
so that's fine. I'll go.
Too bad. So sad.
Do I know where am I to start with? Like there?
You're invisible.
5, 10,
You're about halfway up.
30.
You're about halfway up that hallway. I'd say right
Oh.
about there.
So you're already right
Okay,
about where you're.
cool. I want to go in this room.
Okay, so you enter a spacious chamber that contains bed frames of wrought iron arranged in a neat row.
Yeah.
Cobwebs and bits of rotten mattress cling to each frame. 3 doors are spaced along the south wall, each with a plaque mounted on it. From west to east, the plaques read operating room, nursery, and morgue
Okay.
on those 3 rooms
Yeah.
in front of you, left to right.
Yeah. Okay. We'll go in the nursery.
Okay?
Right?
Okay, so you've gone up to there. You go up to the nursery room,
Yeah.
and you're going to open the door.
Yep.
And that is going to be your. Give me. And you rolled a stealth check. It wasn't great.
14.
14.
You do hear a door open, Matt, but you can't act on that just yet. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
As you open that door, you notice that this room contains the wreckage of old wooden cribs.
Okay.
And you're basically standing in the doorway now. Do you have movement left?
I don't know.
Because you haven't taken an action yet. So you do have. You've only moved about 10 feet. You have about 20 feet left of movement.
Yeah, into the room.
So you can move into the room if you like?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so move her into the room that is the nursery.
I'm invisible. So you want my character in there?
Yeah,
Oh,
and you can pull off the top.
It is.
Yeah, right in that.
Yeah.
Oh, no, sorry, that's, there's the 3 that I was talking about are the 3 other doors that
the
are on that.
opposite side.
On the opposite side. Those 3 doors are what the plaques
Listen,
say.
Jason, what do you want from me?
Where would you like to be?
Then I'll be in this room.
Yeah, yeah.
You just
Right
tell me.
across the
Just tell me
street.
where you want to be.
I'm going right across the street.
Okay, thank you.
Nice.
The middle one.
Okay. Goodness
Okay.
gracious.
I
I don't
just
know.
Across the street.
Gore.
Across
Okay.
the hall.
That's fine. Cool. I'm good.
So you are in the nursery.
I am.
So that's what you saw.
Yep.
You head into the room.
Yep.
Okay. You walk in. You do see, and there is a window on the back wall.
Yep.
And there is glass kind of broken and shattered in certain areas.
Yep.
And you swear that you see a figure in the window,
Yep.
reflected from behind you.
Okay.
And it is a woman
Yep.
who is dressed in white, almost like a nun robes,
Okay.
who stands in the doorway behind you,
Sure.
motionless, looking towards you
Completely normal.
through the window.
Yeah. It's completely
What do you do?
normal for here.
That's cool.
Whatever.
Cool.
Nothing. I just look at her. I nod and I'm
You're
fine
just
with
gonna.
it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay.
She's not even. I'm not even thinking about her.
Okay.
My mind. I need to
Okay.
do something.
Okay.
So I'm not even.
Give me a wisdom
I don't
saving
even
throw.
care. It's an 18.
Okay, so yeah, it doesn't, at this point, you've seen all kinds of things, and you're not super bugged by it. You do look over your shoulder, and she's gone. She's not in the doorway. You look back at the window, she's not there.
Okay.
Okay, Sterling, you're up. Dmitri, you're on
Wait,
deck.
can I?
No,
I'm done.
that's your action.
Ah!
Yeah, you opened the door, that was your action.
Okay, I retain this fond hug of a grapple.
Okay,
That's the task mission.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So I'm going to keep doing
yeah,
that.
you're good. I'll allow you to continue to keep it, and then he'll try and test against it next turn, and you're good to go. Dmitri, you're up. Ezmerelda, you're on deck.
Okay, I'll say.
Sorry, the abbot is next, and then it's Ezmerelda. Go ahead.
I'll say, just under my breath, where is she indeed? And I'll turn. Do I recognize that this is also the abbot?
Give me a religion check, actually, in general.
Religion. Okay. 19.
Woo! With a 19, as you kind of step out and you see this being before you, first off, yes, you imagine that this is the abbot, and you kind of, by the tenor of his voice and the way that he's presenting himself, there's very clear similarities at this point. It's unmistakable. Secondly, you've heard and read many tales of messengers from other realms, specifically Elune, and the god Elune that you follow, having winged messengers that send messages to the people on Earth. So the visage that you see before you is of an angelic, what you've heard of as a deva or an angel, of what you believe in this realm is called the Morning Lord. And it is presenting yourself at this point. You can do with what you want with that, but typically these creatures are of goodness and lawful goodness and are pure of heart and all of that sort of thing.
Okay. I will put my sword back in
Okay.
its sheath.
Yeah.
And I'll step just this far.
Okay.
And I'll say to it, oh yeah. We told you already, Irina is not here.
Okay. He says, I know she's not here, but where is she? Do you know of her whereabouts?
Yeah, exactly. Careful.
When are you expecting her?
I was to retrieve her from Kresk, but I believe that Callie has come here for a purpose, and it is to lead Irina to me. You are a servant of the Morning Lord, are you not?
I am. Not the Morning Lord. Wait a minute.
Who do you serve?
I serve a loon.
Here he is named the Morning Lord. We have different names in different realms, but my understanding is he is the same being we serve. Surely you can see that my intentions are pure and true. Please, join me in this.
I believe your intentions are pure. I do not believe that you can take a life, no matter how good your intentions.
I do not intend to take a life. I intend to have it freely given to me. and he says, "You are not going to help me." And he takes off, shoots up into the air and over the roof of the building that you're currently standing in front of. So he's gone.
Here.
Yeah.
Oh, John.
Okay. Callie, in your head, you hear, "Callie, I know you are still here. Where are you? Come to me, please. Tell me where you are."
Is it my turn?
You can respond.
Oh, can I just go?
You can't do
like-
anything. You can just respond in
Oh.
talking. You hear this
Yeah.
telepathically. You can respond back telepathically.
I'm trying.
Tell me where you are. I will come to you.
I'll just. I don't want to like say any words. I just think of. I look at the things and I think of what I see.
Nursery? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to say them.
Okay.
I just want to
Okay.
think of the words.
You hear wings approaching your position. And you see a shadow kind of block the window outside of the nursery. Okay?
Yes, I do.
The golem is going to attempt to break that again. I need a strength check from you, please.
Okay, that's 21.
You hold him tight still. And he calms again after his master has left.
It's okay.
Falpher, you're up. Muskoka, you're oh, sorry, Ezmerelda, you're up. You haven't gone yet.
Yeah,
And the
I would
Falpher's on
like
deck.
to just stealthily creep down that hallway. And I want to do it very quietly so that if I do hear anything unusual, I'll be able to see which direction.
Okay. You guys
well.
you did hear a door open down the hallway.
I'll go towards that door.
Okay. As you kind of turn the corner, I'd like you to make a stealth check, please.
Okay.
We need
Natural 1.
Oh, boom, boom, boom. As you kind of,
Like, stealth is a good stat for me.
Wow.
That's my thing.
you turn the corner, and you step on an old piece of wood that snaps and cracks and echoes down the hallway. Callie, you hear a snap of wood kind of echo up the hallway as if somebody was approaching from that direction, and you kind of stop in the middle, Ezmerelda, realizing, oh crap. Do you continue moving?
Can I cast greater invisibility on myself?
You absolutely can. That is your action.
Fueling invisible.
Rictavio, you see her leave. I believe with greater invisibility, it's only a minute, correct?
Yes.
Okay, but it has greater invisibility and can't be seen by true sight, I believe, is the thing. But
That's cool.
all right, so she goes invisible, and you start to move.
Yeah.
And as you hear Rictavio, you hear her very loud footsteps leave as she kind of walks
She's invisible.
up, but she's invisible. Yeah. Where do you want to go? How far up the hallway there?
I'll go as far as I can.
Okay,
Down
so if we can get the
down
camera
towards
up
the
there,
door.
just so we can. Okay, so
Yeah.
let's see here. So we have. So you come up to a door that says. Sorry.
She would be down here.
So you see a door that says morgue.
All right.
Then there's an open door to the right that has a plaque that says nursery.
It's not open.
You didn't close it.
Ha!
No,
Why can't
you didn't close
just-
it. Sorry. So do you walk right up to that door?
Son of a bitch!
So you walk right up to that door,
Unbelievable.
the open
Hey,
door.
Mac.
It's that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Am I?
Are you approaching the
able to
open door?
move? Yes. I'm approaching the open door. I'm able to. Have I gone as far as my movement allows, or can I?
How far has she moved, Brandon? Give that.
30. Oh, so
Esmeralda.
at that door, she would actually be more than 30 feet. She'd be like 40 feet.
At that
Ooh.
at that door, she'd be more than 30 feet.
Yeah, it'd be
35,
like.
right?
I hate
So
it.
just give me wherever. Just make her stop wherever her 30 feet makes her stop. There you go. So you are
Yes.
just shy of the door. You can kind of see through the open door to the corner, but you don't see anybody in there. You just see like a pile of broken wood at this point.
Okay, I'm invisible, but I'm like kind of dancing around. Very, very excited to just like approach.
Okay.
'Cause I think I have
I like
her.
it. I like it. Falpher, you're up. Muskoka, you're on deck.
Okay, so I'll take my action to reload.
Yeah.
Two +1 arrows.
Okay.
Okay. and I'm going to yell out to the rest of the crew. The devil angel man, Abbott, flew over. He's in the other section, and I'll run down the hall my full movement. So 25.
25.
So where are you going?
Upstairs to where
They are? Okay.
Well, I mean, I'm assuming that.
I'm getting an echo in the stream. I'm not sure where that's coming from.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to the hallway. I'm going to say, where is everyone? And you're on the ground with the dude. You're still there, right? You just came out here.
Yeah, I'm just in the front there.
So I'm going to just look around and try to get up the stairs to where Callie went up the stairs.
You're using a dash?
You can't because you just used your action to reroll.
reload,
So that's as far as you
right.
can go.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, that's as far as you can go.
Stuck
Muskoka,
there.
you're up. Rictavio, you're on deck.
Okay, so I will say to
Whisper mode.
Her name's Marzana.
She is out in the Basilica.
That's her name.
Okay,
Yes, the
Like a basilica.
the bride
but
is a
with
basilica.
C.
Yeah.
so I'm gonna say to her, Abbey, he didn't do a very good job here, and there's no way we're gonna give you Irina's face. So we're gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way, and I'm gonna take out my 2 hand axes
Yes.
to begin disassembling her.
Okay. All right. I would like you to make 2 attacks, please.
You are not
Yeah.
a nice Canadian.
Oh, this thing, she doesn't have a soul.
Yeah.
She doesn't have a soul. She's just a bunch of pieces sewn together.
He's still gonna say sorry.
You are completely alone.
I would.
Godspeed, my friend. Godspeed.
I would also. I'll also ask you. Just remember that with the second attack, you don't add your proficiency bonus to your damage.
Okay. So I got a 16 and then an 8.
The 16 hits. The 8 does not.
Okay.
Um,
My,
roll damage on that 16.
yeah, it's a 6.
Okay. Okay. All right. Jeez.
This game is not like Snakes and Ladders.
Different. Yeah, it's different.
Like it's
Yeah.
a lot
Oh,
harder.
it does have both of those items.
All right. So you strike out with your first hand axe, and you cleave kind of across her dress, and her plain white skin. Basically, like you cleave a chunk off it a little bit, like just a little slice off it, like the top layer of skin, and there's no blood. It's just tissue under it. The next one, you come down like this, and you hit her kind of in the clavicle. I don't know where we're getting double in the. You hit her in the clavicle with that first one, and you cleave off a piece of skin. You come across again as she turns to you, and it sticks into her chest, and she doesn't move. And she kind of continues to look at you. And you do notice that they don't seem as sharp as they typically would. She kind of.
I'm gonna pull it out and just look at the edge of it like.
She turns and she looks at you, and she goes, "Ah!" And she sets out this blood-curdling scream
She doesn't have a face.
as she looks straight into your
Bone, yeah.
That was
into
a
your
bad
face.
thing.
I mean, her eyes must get really dry since she can't blink,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's painful.
right?
So, like,
Maybe she
Visine.
can't see because everything's blurry.
Okay.
Yeah.
You made her mad.
There's a Visine for that. Gloop, 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 gloop.
Okay. Sorry. So that was Muskoka. Rictavio, you're up. Callie, you're on deck.
So Jace, I don't have a sense of where Callie is. I don't believe I have a sense that the dev is down the hall.
So you don't know that. You do know that you saw the footsteps leading, and you saw the door open. Or you heard the door open down the hallway. And where you are right now, you can actually kind of see down that hallway, and you can see that there is a door slightly ajar, but nobody else kind of around.
All right, so I'll
Although
take
maybe
like,
some very clumpy footsteps from me, maybe.
Yeah, so I'll take like
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a serpentine pattern through the room, trying to see if she's in this room. Because I know that she's not in this room, but I don't think Rictavio does.
Okay, cool.
And then I'm gonna take my move action to that room, having not felt her in the magic door room.
Okay,
And
so
I'll kick open the door
yeah.
and I'll say, Callie, show yourself.
So you're heading to the nursery room, is that right?
That's the room I believe she's in. Yeah.
Okay, so you can take off that other thing there.
This one?
No, the one in front of it. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
good.
so that's all the open space. Okay, so can you move him snakily? So diagonal movements. That's his 30. Then you can
no,
move him another
that's
30.
20.
That's 20.
Boop.
You hit an object that is clearly invisible in the middle of the hallway as you kind of stop.
I'll go to grab her, assuming it's Callie. I'm like going to shake her. Callie, come to your senses, child.
Yeah. Ezmerelda, you
I
can respond.
respond?
Yeah.
What the hell? I'm trying to be stealthy.
You magician! You're throwing your voice, Callie. This is terrifying.
You're squeezing me very hard.
You hear all of this happening outside of the door, Callie.
I'm kidding. I obviously understand that's Morel.
Yeah.
I had no idea you had improved.
That's hilarious.
Ability. I will move on.
Okay, but can you let go of me?
Yes, I let go. Sorry, child. And I'll make my way to that door.
Okay.
It's a dash, right?
You-
and kick it open.
So it's already So it's already kind of open. You kind of move it open a little bit further. You're standing in the doorway. How much more movement does he have?
He's got more. He's
the
got
back.
like 20 more
50.
feet.
That's fine. So 15. You got 50 more feet, but you're standing in the doorway. You look into the room. Give me a perception check with disadvantage, please.
14 is my low.
What's that?
13 is my low.
Okay. And what's your? Oh yeah, no, it doesn't matter because you already rolled your stealth. So you walk into a room. You see, like I said before, that there is like a debris basically spread all over the room. It looks like old cribs that have been broken and battered. You saw that nursery was out in front of this door. The door that you passed, it said morgue, just as a note. And you do see that there is a figure floating outside of the window through the broken glass. With that perception check, you can see the silvery kind of chest and head area of the Deva, and he is floating outside of that window.
So do I have the opportunity to take my action?
Yeah.
Did I do a double move? No,
Yeah.
I don't. I took a double move. So
Oh, no, you did double move. Yeah, you're right. Sorry, you can't.
Yeah, I'll say to Callie, I'm like, Callie, time is of the essence. Show yourself, child. You are a member of this team. Do not do something foolish.
Any response, Callie? Okay, no response. Callie, you're up.
I know you're in here!
Sterling, you're on deck. This is so great.
You're being so crazy.
It's my turn?
Yeah.
I can't get out the door.
So you are standing in
He's
front of the window.
door.
You look back and you can see him.
Yeah.
He's looking through you because he can't see you.
Yeah.
And you know that your Deva is outside this window.
Yeah,
the other side.
And he's right in the doorway.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to look at the, how do you say Deva?
Deva, yeah.
Deva? I want to look at him and be like, all my double chins show up too. Like this.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And I'm like pointing at the guy in the doorway,
Yeah.
and I'm like this.
Okay. You hear, shall I dispatch him?
Jeez.
Are you in danger? You hear this in your head.
I'm gonna need a break. Can
Seconds to respond?
Can we take a break?
No.
Well, can we talk telepathically,
Yes,
me and him?
yes, you
Okay,
are right
so I'm
now.
gonna say, what are you gonna do to him?
That's crazy.
I continue, Jason. Callie, show yourself, child. Trust me. Trust your friends. In the name of all that is good in this world. Do not fall into his false pretenses. Trust your soul. Come now, child. Show yourself.
I will protect you if you need protecting. Otherwise, climb out the window, and we will find her together.
I'll climb out the window.
Okay. All of a sudden, you see the window open.
What's going on here?
As it opens, that is going to be your action, and you can use your movement to get out the window.
Okay.
You don't see anything happening. You just basically see a window opening, empty, and nothing else. As you kind of step out this window, I want you to give me a dexterity acrobatics check, please, to make sure that you can kind of...
woman.
You're still rambling. It was only a 6 and what? What do you want me to add?
acrobatics, which should be very good for you.
Acrobatics is a 5.
Yeah. Okay, so an 11.
Nice.
So with 11, you manage to kind of get out. You're still kind of uneasy because right at this point, the being that has been speaking to you in visions your entire life is before you.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the party who now are your really only friends.
Yeah.
So your friends are at odds with each other.
Yeah.
Your only friend that you've ever had in your
Yeah.
whole life, and the friends that you have now that have protected you.
Yeah.
And you're in this incredibly precarious position.
Yeah.
You step out onto the ledge,
Yeah.
and he still doesn't see you. And he's kind of looking because he doesn't realize that you're invisible, but he can hear you. But he says, Callie, I cannot see you, but step out, have faith. And he puts his hand out towards you. Take my hand. That's all he says.
Okay.
He can't, there's no action there
Yep.
because you've already taken your action.
I'm done.
Sterling, you're up. Dmitri, you're on deck.
This waiting for my turn drives me crazy.
It's D&D, honey. D&D.
All right, so I continue the grapple.
Yeah.
And I'm going to start talking to him again. Calm down. I can be your friend. We can be friends.
Okay, give me a persuasion check with disadvantage. Because Dmitri totally attacked him while you were holding him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's what happened.
I'm not trying to be his friend.
Persuasion, you say. Yes, not good at that. So 9.
9. Okay.
Yeah.
You don't think it's getting through. Dmitri, you're up.
Oh.
Okay.
Abbott's on deck. Yeah. Go ahead.
Would I have heard the sound from this room from here?
Which room?
So
The
where
attack?
Muskoka.
Oh, I would say give me a perception check with disadvantage,
Muskoka
please.
has a quite
Because
the voice,
that is
though.
He
quite-
does,
He has a booming.
and especially tonight, he's
He didn't really
exceptionally
say it out loud. He,
Well, it was the creature he.
oh, the scream.
Yeah.
Just perception check then, please. Not with disadvantage. I forgot about the scream.
Yeah. 21.
Yes, you heard a blood-curdling scream from the room that Muskoka's in.
Okay, because the David had just zoomed away, and
Yeah.
then I heard the scream.
Yeah.
So I'll say, Muskoka needs our help. And I'll dash.
Okay.
Ooh.
1, 2, 3.
Eye of the tiger.
Yeah.
There he goes.
That's all I hear in my head right now.
His hair is blowing. Oh my goodness. So handsome. He's running. Yep. Just a little
Okay.
glisten.
Yep.
Um,
dashing when I'm
One
dashing.
bead of sweat. Not a
okay,
tear.
so you are dashing towards. You're almost there. It is the abbot's turn. Has his hand and he says, "Callie, please, take me to her."
Okay, so can I go or no?
Yeah. Well, you can't go, but you can respond vocally, and then your next turn you can go.
Okay.
Do you want to say anything to him, or are you're basically just holding on to the edge now? The cold air is hitting you, and at this point you're actually overlooking, and it is 400-foot drop from the edge all the way down to Kresk,
right,
because
we're
you're
on
up
a
on a
hill.
mountain, and this is right at the edge of the crag cliff, basically that plummets down towards Kresk. And you can see in the distance where the cottage is. You can see the entirety of the village, and you are holding on, and this cold air is just.
I say YOLO. That's what I say.
Okay.
That's what I say.
What language is this that you speak?
That is.
Whoa.
I made that up. but
Esmeralda,
not
you're
really.
up.
It's clearly celestial.
Yes. YOLO.
I'd like to move into the room,
Yep.
and I'll poof back into existence and be like, ha!
Okay.
It was me.
Okay. Rictavio, Ezmerelda poofs into existence beside you.
with a dagger.
And you did feel her kind of push by, and you feel this thing push you aside, actually. And nobody there. I'm assuming, Ezmerelda, you talked to him while he was in the doorway to tell him to kind of move so that you know.
Yeah.
She poofs in beside you. What do you do? Can you do you undo invisibility with
I've undone my greater visibility, so I've like poofed back in.
Is that a bonus action?
I think.
Or a free action?
I think it requires an action. It hasn't been a minute.
No.
Okay, so I think it requires a bonus action to undo it.
Okay. Okay, so that's your bonus action?
I can double check that.
Okay.
Actually, it doesn't mention. It's a concentration, so I'm guessing it takes.
I think you should just break it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can just drop it. So you drop it. That's fine. You still have an action.
And I just won't have. Do I do it as an action then? Without any.
Sorry. Now you have an action.
Oh, I do have an action.
Yeah, you can just drop it at free will.
I'll say to you as you walk in the room, she's just went out the window. She too is invisible.
Fine. I'll run towards the window to see if I see anything.
Okay, so you run towards the window. You come to the window, and you see the Deva holding his hand out towards you.
I can see him?
Yes, he is floating outside of the window, his wings slowly kind of keeping him aloft, and he has his hand pointed towards you in the window, like this.
Callie, wherever you are, just don't do it.
Perception check with disadvantage.
Let's see. Ooh, still a 17. I rolled an 11. 17.
With a 17, okay. Callie, can you give me another, I'm assuming you're staying stealthy, can you give me another stealth check? I haven't given you one in a while.
That's a 12.
Oh, yeah.
Plus,
You got what?
it would be 5, I think.
Yeah, 17.
Yeah.
So a 17. Meets it, beats it. And that was
No, it's plus 7.
Okay.
Okay, plus 7. So yeah. So you don't see Callie. You yelled this out. Is there any response, Callie, to Ezmerelda?
No.
Okay. No response. You see this Deva out there. What's your action if you want to take it, Ezmerelda?
Oh man. Do you want to do this? I'll cast a firebolt at
the Deva?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's do this.
Yeah.
No more nice plan.
I regret this already. And I rolled another natural 1.
Oh.
Where's my? I do have that. It's a sad trombone. It's going to take a moment. So.
I'm
I'm not sure this finger's going to grow.
Yes.
All right. So you thrust your hand forward with the firebolt, but as you do, the magnificence of this creature kind of hits you. And the purity of its visage hits you. And for just a split second, you question your motive, and you slightly move, and it hits the wall, and the wall explodes out. Callie, I'd like you to make a dexterity
He's got
saving
a really
throw.
handsome face.
What does that mean?
We'll move it out of the way.
Dexterity saving throw
It's
for
only
Callie.
5.
Plus?
I'm not sure what I add to
Yeah,
it.
you just go over here. Sorry. What the heck? Where? Dex saving throw.
3.
Scroll. Yeah.
8.
Yeah.
With an 8, as this firebolt ignites,
Yeah.
it breaks apart what you were holding onto.
Oh.
And you start to fall from the ledge. You have not taken damage, you are still invisible, and you are currently free falling.
Sorry, I got wings. I was made for
We'll
this.
get back to you.
I
Okay.
was made for this.
Ezmerelda, that was your turn. The golem is going to try and...
This is exciting, guys.
Yeah.
he is not going to succeed, so you don't even have to roll there.
Not a typical Monday.
Falpher, you're up. Muskoka, you're on deck.
Okay. So I will.
Oh, sorry. The abbot said, come to me. You fell. He saw the firebolt. Good. Yeah. Falpher, you're up. Muskoka, you're on deck.
Okay, so I will have seen Dmitri yell and go the other way.
Yeah.
I follow him with a dash
Okay.
to his location.
Okay.
So 10 spots altogether.
Okay. All right. That is your turn. Muskoka, you're up. Rictavio, you're on deck.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, are you alone?
Yeah.
Muskoka.
Okay, so
Oh, there's
I'm
lots
going
of movement happening on screen right now.
I'm going to take my axes again, and I'm going to say to her, like, I don't know why you're screaming, like you're not even alive. Like, I'm doing everybody a favor here. And I'm going to hit her 2 more times.
Okay.
So I rolled my 2 attacks. I got a 13 plus 4
Yeah.
to hit, so it's 17, and I got a natural 20.
Oh, wow. Okay, so you come across again. She screams in your face. You smash her across the jaw, and bits of bone kind of flick off as she turns like this. And with your natural 20, you come back around and you stick it directly kind of onto her neck as you feel it kind of hit bone. Roll your damage on that.
Yeah, I got 4 damage on the first hit, and I got 8 damage on the second one. So I got a 6 plus 2.
So just 6 damage? Sorry, 8 damage?
No. So in total, I got
So you get
4 plus 8.
Sorry. Yeah. So 12.
So 12.
So 12. That's including your critical hit.
So for the critical hit,
You take full
my second
damage.
roll.
No, you take full damage for the first one, and then you roll the second one. What's your damage on your hand axes?
Okay, so my first one I did 4.
You rolled 4,
The second one I rolled, yeah.
and it's 1d6 damage.
Yeah. So
Okay,
it's
so-
6 plus 2.
So that's
I
10.
got 4 damage on the first
12. Yeah.
one. The second one I got a 6 plus 2,
8.
so 8. So
Right.
it's 12 total. But
Yeah.
what do I do for the critical hit? Do I roll the
You just
D6 again?
take extra 6. So 18
Okay,
points.
18.
Okay.
Ooh, 18.
And again, it doesn't quite do as much damage as you expected it to, but it kind of sticks into her neck, and you pull it out of this flesh, and it's really, really unsettling because there's no blood. It's just kind of
Yeah.
like cutting into dead flesh.
So like he kind of did a good job making her, but like not really.
What's your armor class, Muskoka?
Oh, okay. It's 14.
Uh-oh.
Oh, sorry. 1 second. She, as you're pulling her axe out of her neck, her hand comes up and grabs, like as you're kind of like trying to pry it out, her hand grabs your wrist, and you feel like in your wrist as she crushes, and she starts to pull your arm
Everybody's
up.
breaking my hands.
I know. And as she kind of pulls it up like this, she looks at you and she clocks you straight in the face. You take 30 points of bludgeoning damage from these 2 hits.
He's down. He's got to be down. None of us have that many hit points.
Yeah, we do.
What?
Oh, I'm down.
You're down?
Yeah.
Things start to go dark and you fall to your knees. And that's all you see at this point.
Or don't see.
She
Wow,
rolled.
dude.
She rolled really well.
See nothing. Nothing.
Super well.
Get down.
Okay.
She didn't break my teeth, did she?
You don't know.
Oh.
You don't know. Rictavio, you're up. Callie, you're on deck.
So is the devil still there?
Yes. And you can see he's, again, still outside, hand outstretched.
I have no sense that Callie is falling, correct?
Give me, no, not at this point.
I don't know why I would.
Yeah, no, out the window, hard to see. You see the firebolt go off. There's no sound.
I'll say, so I'll approach the window and I'll say to the devil, understand your need to solve the situation. I believe that you're our hindrance. It's time for you to go. And I'll cast Dispel.
Okay. And how does that work? Can you read out the spell to me?
Spell evil or good.
Yeah.
And it's an attack. He is a charisma saving throw, and if I succeed, he's sent back to his home plane.
That's the spell evil or good?
Yep.
Okay. And he gets what? A charisma saving throw?
Yes. Again, I make a melee attack spell against the celestial elemental or fae, and on a hit, I attempt to drive the creature back to his home plane.
Okay.
He must make he must succeed a charisma save, or he's sent to his home plane.
Yeah, so you would need to close the distance and hit him with a melee attack in order for it to take effect.
Oh, it's a melee attack?
Yeah, that's what it says. So
Melee
you.
spell attack.
No, yeah, it just the description just said melee.
No, it's a melee spell attack.
Yeah, but that does incur close combat. So the spell goes off when you hit with a melee attack, right? Read it one more time, just the front part.
Yeah, it's on your action, make a melee spell attack. I just thought you meant. Yeah. I think that means you have to roll to hit on the spell attack, like a caster.
Yeah, I think you have to physically swing and hit, which you could do, potentially.
Okay. Okay, I'll do that. +8.
Because otherwise it would just be a spell attack, and then you use your DC. But it says melee, which incurs close combat. Sorry, what was that?
26.
Okay, so it is a hit. Now he gets his charisma saving throw. And what's your DC?
Yeah. Ah, damn it. 16.
16?
Yeah.
Okay, so give me damage on that hit. First of all,
There is no.
there is no damage. Okay, so it's just the effect. And what are you using in order to do it?
I have a mate.
Okay, so you come out and you basically climb out the window and you swing at him.
Don't forget my witty repartee before I try to send.
Yes, of course.
Don't forget that part.
Of course. And he, when you say that, he kind of lowers his head like this and looks at you, and you come and you basically smack across his arm because his arm's outstretched and it's the closest to it, and it moves the arm and he moves it out of the way like this, and then he looks back at you and he shakes his head like this.
Oh, but 26 is a hit.
Yeah, but he passed a saving throw. He actually rolled a 20.
All right, fine. But
Dirty 20. But it absolutely, it did. It absolutely. Well,
he takes damage from my mace, son of a bitch.
You said there's no damage though, right?
Well, if I'm
I think there's damage. Roll the damage. I'm gonna say, roll the damage.
Okay.
Because it's still an attack.
It's 10 damage.
Okay. And again, this mace that you hit him with doesn't quite do the damage that you expected it to, as usual.
But he doesn't get to move his hand and shake his head.
He still shakes. He absolutely still shakes his head.
But I still hit him.
Yeah, you still hit him. You did make contact. Okay.
I'm now prepared to go to some different realm myself.
Okay. So you close the distance. You did this attack. You still have movement.
I will.
But if you move out of his space, he does get an attack of opportunity. I will remind you. And he currently holds a mace of his own.
I will. Listen. I will stand for what is coming to me, and I will hold my ground.
Okay. All right, Callie, you're up. Sterling, you're on deck.
But remember, I said nice things before I hit him.
Yes.
I said, you're on
Yeah,
the
very
same
nice things. Yeah, very nice things.
Then you go away. You're not helping.
Yeah. It was a good attempt, though. That was good. Callie, you're up. What do you do?
Well, can I fly?
You have already fallen 50 feet. You spring your wings. Mm-hmm. Your wings are an ability. They're not a spell, so it does not break the invisibility. Mm-hmm. You get your wings. We can't really see you, but we're going to use Winged Callie to replace an unwinged Callie.
So pretty.
Awesome.
We can show her on camera. Shout out to Hero Forge.
Awesome.
You hold it up to the mini camera there, just so everybody can
Oopsies.
see Winged Callie. There's Winged Callie, flying Callie. Okay, and you get this for a minute, correct? So in initiative, you get it for 6 rounds. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Sorry, 6, 10. Okay. Okay. All right, Callie, so you spring your wings.
Yeah.
That is a bonus action, I believe, or is that's a full action, I think?
Yeah, it's action.
Okay, so now you can move. So you stop and you kind of hold yourself aloft now. You are 50 feet below the Deva. He has not noticed that you have fallen.
Yeah.
And you see Rictavio out the window and he hit him with his mace.
Yeah.
What do you do? You can move. You don't have any actions though, unless you... I can't hear you, Matt. I saw him say, I know.
To himself.
Go ahead, Callie, what do you do?
You don't need therapy.
I can move though.
Yeah. You can move up to 30 feet.
But he can't see. I'm totally invisible, obviously. When
Right
I'm
now,
flying.
yeah.
Okay.
You
so
can drop the invisibility at any time.
No, I don't want to do that.
Okay.
So I just want to fly past him so he can feel my air.
Okay. So you start flying towards him, but
Yeah.
you're 20 feet off of where he is still.
Why? That's as far as I can go?
Yeah, you can fly 30 feet.
Oh.
You fall in 50. You
Okay.
fall really fast in this game. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
Okay.
I want to go as far
Okay.
as I can and just sort of
Okay. So you're
push
like.
the air up.
Yep. So you're
towards
just
him.
just 20 feet. You're closing in on him.
Yeah.
Or you can talk to him too. To let him know you're there, you can talk to him telepathically.
Okay, so I'll just say I'm here. That's all.
Okay. All right. You don't say where here is. You just say I'm
No.
here. Okay.
Because I
Okay.
want him to feel the air.
Got it.
I don't want to
Okay.
talk so much.
Okay. Well, you can talk telepathically. Nobody
No,
else
I
can
know,
hear
but
you.
I don't
except
want
him.
to.
Okay.
I don't want him to.
Got it.
I don't feel comfortable with him, so I don't want to have conversations with him.
Right. Sterling, you're up. Dmitri, you're on deck.
Okay. So to grapple him, I would have dropped my sword and shield. To pick them up, is that like a bonus action, half my movement? How would you?
To pick up both, I would say a full action. To pick up one, I'd
Full
give you a
action.
free action.
All right.
To pick up one.
So, all right. So
You're still holding him right now.
So bonus action to pick up one.
Yeah.
Okay. So then I will. Okay. So, seeing that the other people have left.
Yeah.
A voice erupts from the mouth of Sterling saying, "My turn, boy." And he lets go
Okay.
of the flesh golem, grabs
Yeah.
the sword,
Yeah.
and then attacks.
Okay.
And I rolled a 12. I'm guessing it's
That's a
probably-
hit.
It's a hit?
Yeah.
All right, then I'll do damage.
How much longer are you, Big Sterling?
It's a D10. It's for a minute.
Okay.
So
Do you know
what
how many
round are
rounds
we?
it's been?
I don't know how many rounds. What, like 6 rounds?
We tested it at least.
5 or 6 rounds?
I think we're around
You get
there.
10 rounds. We've had around 6. I'd say 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
At this point, that was your 6th.
So that's 8 points of damage.
Okay. Again, when you come across with the sword, not quite digging as deep as you thought. I'm not going to say that anymore because you guys get it at this point. Okay. That is your attack. Dmitri, you're up.
Okay. I continue my.
Yeah.
Don't know if I was a sprint or not yet. Probably. 1, 2, 3.
You're there.
Okay, so you step into the room, you see that Muskoka's on the ground, and as you step in, you see that she lets go of his hand and he goes limp on the ground. And she's got a big chunk out of her neck and a big chunk out of her shoulder, and she drops it and then she looks in your direction.
Okay. I'll go as far as I can. I haven't dashed,
Yeah.
but I will see her do that, and
Yeah.
I'll be dodging.
Okay, you're taking dodge action. Okay,
Yeah.
all right, cool. The abbot, at this point, Callie's not here. She has stepped away, so I can't tell her what happens. But I will tell her when he gets back. But you see him turn, so he starts to leave your space. Would you like to take an attack of opportunity, Matt? You get one melee attack.
No, I will drop my mace and
Yeah.
present myself.
And what? Sorry?
And present myself so that
Like that you're not threatening?
I am not trying to battle him. I was trying to send him away.
Right,
I will drop my mace and wait.
right. So he looks at you, and he starts to back off, and he backs off about 5 feet, and then turns around and flies down towards Kresk. And he moves 90 feet, so he's like gone. And you start to see him kind of get smaller and smaller as he's floating down towards Kresk.
So I'll make as that happens, I'll scream out, "He's going to the Burgomaster! He's headed back." I forgot my accent, sorry.
No problem.
He's on his way to the Burgomaster. We must post haste. We must make our way there quickly, all of us. Muskoka, don't die!
Brandon, 20 hits, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Beats it.
Okay. You were lucky. 13 points of damage as he clocks you kind of in the sternum area in response.
Sternum.
In his sternling.
Didn't feel like it.
Sternum.
Falpher, you're up.
Okay.
Muskoka. Oh, sorry, Ezmerelda, you're up.
So responding to Rictavio, I'll say, I'm so tired of Kelly's shenanigans. Let's go find the others. And I'll run towards outside
Okay.
of the. I'll start retreating.
Okay, so
back
if you,
to where I saw
Brandon, if you can just move Ezmerelda her dash distance, so 60 feet, all the way down, and you're going to go down the stairs the way that you came.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever is the clearest, fastest way out of there.
Okay, so you get to the top of the stairs and you look down and you see that Sterling is now battling this flesh golem. Alone.
I will hurl a firebolt at that flesh golem.
You've now dashed. You don't have an action left.
Oh, I dashed.
Yeah, but you can
Never
do
mind.
that. But you
I will
can.
stand there and give my moral support then.
Yes.
Sterling.
Awesome. Falpher, you're up. Muskoka, you're on
You
deck.
can do it.
So I will use my movement. Dmitri, if you could move me. Or Adam, in your...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, that sucks. I'll use the rest of my movement with a dash. So double that and get into the room.
6,
As you come into the room, you see everything that everybody else sees.
And I'll just be like, God, I cannot do anything because I used all my actions.
Muskoka, you're up. That save, please.
Alright. Yeah.
Come on, nat 20.
It's a 6.
That's your first failure. Muskoka has failed his first death save. The bride, at this point, looks down at him, puts her hands up like this, and slowly starts to step back into this corner.
Okay.
Is that because she regrets what she did?
She regrets it.
You don't know, you're unconscious.
Yeah. Fair.
Okay, that is Rictavio, you're up. Callie, you're on deck.
I will take a double move action and get back to the front.
Okay, so if you can dash Rictavio, please, Brandon. Callie, you saw that Rictavio reached out the window and hit him as you're flying up, and he said, you said, you're here, and you hear him say, follow me, child. And he turns around and he flies down full speed towards Kresk. And he flies his full 90 feet, so it's kind of like just takes off behind you. What do you do?
What's Kresk, sorry?
The village that you guys came from,
This is on the top.
where Irina is.
Oh,
right?
I'm leaving this part.
Yeah, this is
leaving
the Abbey.
the Abbey.
He's flying towards Kresk.
Oh, Scheitze.
Do you follow him?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Why not?
Okay. You follow towards him. You close in. So he's like 2/3 of his distance further than you at this point, but you're following. Do you take a dash action to follow him further?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So you're 30 feet out from him, and you can see that he has stopped. Sterling, you're up. Dmitri, you're on deck.
All right, so as a bonus action, I'm going to get my second wind, which heals me for 8 points, and then I rolled a nat 20 on my attack.
Woo! Nat 20!
My damage on that is 12,
Go, Sterling.
14.
14
damage. Yeah. And I'll note as well, my AC is actually 19 right now because my shield is on the floor.
Right.
So,
Right. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Dmitri, you're up.
I will, seeing that she's backing away,
Yeah.
I'll go up to Muskoka
Yeah.
and I'll kneel down and I'll use my lay on hands and I will heal him
Nice.
for 20
28?
What? 20.
20 points. 20 hit points. I thought you said 28. But I thought you said hate. 20 hate. But no, you said 20 hit points.
20. Yeah. So he is
Yes, for 20.
So I kind of sit up.
Yeah. Yeah, so you sit up and you're awake. You're not allowed to move yet, quite, but you open your eyes and you realize that you've come to in the room, and you do notice that the bride has stepped back into the corner with her hands up, and Dmitri and Falpher stand kind of. Well, Falpher stands off to the side. Dmitri stands over you. Okay.
Okay.
The abbot went. Ezmerelda, you're up.
I will.
Oh, sorry, no, sorry. The abbot. Sorry, it is the abbot's turn because we've come back around full because Callie was out. You see that the abbot turns towards the abbey, and you hear him say in your mind, Callie. He says, "Are you here, child? Come close."
All right.
And he's kind of hovering in the air, in between the abbey and Kresk.
Okay.
Do you join him?
Yeah, but I'm enough distance away. I don't want to be like right close to him.
Okay, how far?
Like I'm like 10 feet away from
Okay.
him.
So what do you say? Did you answer when he says, "Are you here"?
I say maybe.
Oh, my dear Callie. You make me chuckle often. You have kept me company all these years. Now, where are we heading? Where's Irina?
Am I allowed to answer that?
Yeah, you can respond. You have trusted my voice all of these years. Why now do you linger?
I don't trust you.
You don't trust
How can I
me.
trust you?
You've trusted me all these years. I have never led you wrong. I've never led you astray. I don't understand.
How do I know that it's you?
You know it to be true. Give me an insight check. With advantage. He says, you know my voice.
Voices are nothing here. Oh, that's not good. Oh, good, that's good. 16 plus 6. 22.
It is unmistakably him.
Ah, son of a bee. I was hoping that it wasn't. Part of me wasn't. What are you going to do to her?
I told you I'm going to offer her the ability to free this land. Do you question my motives?
And what if she says no? Then you'll walk away?
I haven't thought of that. I
Fly away?
was told that... I've been led to believe that this is the Morning Lord's will. Shall we perhaps commune with him?
If she says no, that she's not willing to do this, then what? We just walk away?
And in that moment, you kind of see a moment of confusion in his eyes as he speaks to you. And we're just gonna stop there. Ezmerelda, you're up.
Standing in front of the flesh golem, I'm going to hurl a firebolt at him.
Okay. Down the stairs. So are you gonna come down the stairs first so that you're right beside him, or are you gonna do it from the top of the stairs?
I'll do it from the top of the stairs.
Okay.
That is a 22 to hit.
That is a hit.
Yeesh.
And that is 12 points of fire damage.
Nice.
Fire. Let's see what this does. Everything else has been weak.
Yeah, so, sorry, how many points?
12.
12.
The fire doesn't do as much as you normally think.
Yeah, exactly.
No, the fire does full damage. And it smacks him in the side, and he's like afraid of the fire. He starts to freak out, and he starts to put it out as though he's scared of it, and starts to kind of wail and scream as his loincloth begins to kind of like smolder and burn.
And that detail was
That's
added
not going to
for
end well. I don't know. It's just the only piece of clothing that he had, and I figured I'd just let you know that it was on fire. You don't know me. He's going to turn towards Sterling again. And he starts to flail at Sterling, not quite making purchase as he's afraid. And it looks like he is not of sound mind at this point.
Yes.
Okay. Falpher, you're up. Muskoka, you're on deck.
I'm going to pull out my oil flask.
Okay.
Being in the room.
Okay.
I'm across the way. She's in the corner. I'm going.
Are you metagaming?
No, she's in the corner.
Oh, okay.
What do you mean? I'm looking at
the version of fire oil thing that you just heard happened over there.
That's a good point. That's a fair point. No, that's a fair point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. No. Instead.
Okay.
Having the two bolts in the I'll jump onto the table.
Yeah.
And just shoot her with both bolts.
I will allow you to give me it wouldn't be a nature check. It'd kind of be an arcana check to see if you know what a flesh golem is. You come from the Dread Realms.
Okay.
Where golems are whatever. I'm going to give you a ability to find out if you know anything about this creature.
I appreciate your generosity. And
appreciate your initiative.
That arcana check is a 19.
Okay, with a 19, you know the constructs are sometimes have an aversion to fire.
Okay.
So I'll allow it.
All right. So having seen this construct in the corner,
yes. Sorry.
I'll pull out my oil flask.
Yeah.
I'll pop the cap on it.
Yeah.
Light it up if I can.
You don't.
Or I
you
don't
can't.
have a-
You can't light it
Is
up.
there a tour? No. Can I throw it?
You can throw it.
Is there a lamp around?
There are candelabras on the table with candles.
Okay, so being on the table,
yes.
I'll grab a candelabra.
Okay.
I'll put it to the oil flask, and I'm going to simultaneously throw it in the corner.
So you're going to throw
So, like,
both of those.
I'm holding them together.
Okay.
Like you would, almost like you'd hold
Okay.
a candle to the side of a bottle.
Yeah.
And just like throw it.
Okay.
In hopes that it ignites on landing.
and that the candles don't go out on the way.
Well, let's see what happens.
Okay, I would like you to make an attack roll.
Okay.
You are not proficient with candelabra nor oil flask.
But my
So you don't
candelabra
get
proficiency.
So you don't get your proficiency modifier on that. And I would say it's with disadvantage because you're tossing both.
Fair enough. So I will roll. That's what am I? Guess I'm rolling what? Just an attack roll?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
It would be a dexterity roll basically because
Okay.
you don't get your bonus.
So
You get your dexterity modifier, you don't get your proficiency modifier. So
okay.
it's- yeah.
Makes sense.
So it's just a
and
dexterity
that
check.
Would be I got a 9.
Oh. So you throw it in the general direction.
Uh-huh.
Her armor class is 9. So you actually, the candelabra, all the candles fly out of the candelabra as it starts to fly.
Yeah.
And it kind of goes away.
Okay.
But the flask does hit her and breaks.
Okay.
And oil does cover the area.
Okay.
We'll say that, okay?
Okay.
And with that, we are going to take a break.
Okay.
Because it is 8:30. Man, it's like,
Cliffhanger candelabra attack.
oh man, it's a good session. This is great. This is good, guys.
Action packed.
So intense.
We haven't left initiative.
We haven't. This whole thing.
I know,
I'm
right?
like on the edge of my seat.
I know. I know. Let's do the draw at the end of the break, and then we'll announce the next draw.
Yes.
But first, if you guys enjoy what you're watching, please make sure that you follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/RealmSmith. Make sure you also follow Beetle and Grims at twitch.tv/Beetle and Grims. I'm assuming that's the address. And twitch.tv/D&D as well. Follow all of us. And we just really enjoy bringing all of this awesome stuff to you every single week. And I'm trying to find the music so we can kind of come out of initiative for 2 seconds. And do that. And just breathe and stretch.
It's not so red.
Yeah, exactly. Couple quick announcements as normal. We will do the first giveaway at the end of the break. We'll announce the next one for the rest. Tomorrow night behind the screen with myself, it's a Q&A session about all things RealmSmith. Thursday, Players Table with Joel. And then Nolzers on Sunday, back to episode 7 on Monday. Go do your bio breaks. I'm going to chat with Mr. Matthew Lillard for a few moments about building Grims. And then we will go from there. Matthew, sir, how are you?
Great, brother. How are you?
Good.
It is like, can you turn down RealmSmith siren?
Is it super loud for you?
It was loud the whole time.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's all right. I'm old. You have to understand. Like, I can only do so much.
Yeah, it's really weird though when we have for some reason when we do Zoom calls, Sirenscape is louder for those in Zoom than it is for us in the room. It's really weird, but it is what it is. Cool. So you have first of all, how is the pandemic treating you, sir? How are you doing? Are you back to work? What's your general?
So I would say that the first 2 months of I have many children. They pop in every now and then. They have this little side door here, and they pop in and ask me questions.
Yeah.
I'd say for the first couple of months we were great. I have an 18-year-old, a 15-year-old, and a 13-year-old.
Yeah.
And I'd say for the last 5 weeks or 4 weeks we've been falling apart. I don't know how everyone else is doing, but it's been we're all fraying around the edges, and it's really hard. And my kids are taking it very seriously. I mean, we're masked up all the time, and we're not going out very often, and it's starting to have it's taking its effects on us.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I get that. Are you guys?
That said, I mean, they're out doing activism stuff. So they're doing midnight murals. So they're going out and bombing places with chalk murals in the middle of the night. And we have Black Lives Matter signs in the front of our house. And, so they're getting involved and they're engaged politically, which I love.
That's awesome.
We're in a very interesting time in our country, so I love that. But
and LA has taken a bit of a step back, right? You guys kind of rolled out headed into a different phase, and then you had to kind of back off, right?
Yeah, we backed off. The mayor today came out and said that all numbers are trending in the right direction, which is great. And people are trying to get back to school, and people are just trying to. We're in the middle of an unbelievable heat wave right now. It was 117 in Death Valley this weekend. So it's been pretty brutal in terms of that. But look. All in all, we're doing great. I go back to work. I'm on a show now called Good Girls on NBC.
Yeah, we watched it last week.
You did? You watched last week?
I've shared my thoughts.
You watched the premiere episode.
Yes,
I think I'm the nicest guy in the world, just so that we're clear. I feel like I am super nice. I played the biggest jerks ever. All the time. I mean, I played the biggest jerks in the world.
Come on, Shaggy wasn't a jerk. He made up for everything else.
That was the last time I played a nice person.
You were nice in Scream until.
No, he was.
Spoiler warning.
For those who.
Yeah.
I don't know. After 25 years, you still have to issue the spoiler.
Yeah, I don't think so. All right. So tell us this wonderful thing called Beetle and Grimm's. Give us kind of the skinny on this Curse of Strahd box that you guys have been promoting lately.
Yeah. So I mean, look, the inside skinny is that we launched, I think 2 weeks ago now, or 4 weeks ago now. We've sold so many boxes, it's crazy. We increased our order. There's the damn thing.
It's beautiful.
Very handsome. And it's my box. So every time we build a box of Beetle and Grimm, somebody's in charge of the box. Yeah. And this is my box. And so I started our adventures with Waterdeep. I sort of ran the first Waterdeep box. And, that was the box where we were all just trying to figure out how to make things happen and where do you get insurance for international shipping? And how do you actually produce things in China and get them here without paying tariffs? I mean, it was or paying tariffs, but not too much. And so that was a huge learning curve, and this has actually been super smooth, and we're dreaming big and making cool things. And every day, look, we still run into complications all the time, but I think we're now much better versed in making it work. Yeah. And figuring it out. So it's cool. It's super fun. We've got a lot of fun things coming out next year. We heard all the products last week for what Wizards of the Coast is producing next year, which is fun. Oh, cool. And one of the cool things we're doing is we're producing. I don't know if we don't talk about it very much, but the Pathfinder, we're doing these character chronicles for Pathfinder.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah, which is super cool. So we're excited about that. Good. And that's something that we're knee deep in producing a book. It's it's going to be 250 pages.
It's amazing.
So trying to figure that out and trying to figure out how to it's a fun adventure when you're like, what do I think is cool? Dream something up, have your buddies kind of all agree, and then go out and make it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
great.
what our company's about.
Yeah, so cool. And how has the Curse of Strahd box been performing? Is it what you expected? Is it blowing expectations?
Through the roof. I mean, so we call it a legendary edition.
Yeah.
So normally, we did an Eberron box, for example. The Eberron box came out right when the pandemic hit, and the pre-sales for the Eberron box, the Eberron book for WotC were through the roof. So we're like, we'll do this box.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, it's sold, but it hasn't sold like the Strahd box. I mean, the Strahd box, like everyone we ever ran into at any con ever is like, please do Strahd, please do Strahd, please do Strahd. And you don't know if that's just a vocal minority or if that's actually the community that wants to see that box.
Right.
And so when we did this Legendary Edition, we did it at a pretty high price point. It's $399.
Yeah.
And it has crushed in sales. I mean,
Really?
It's been flying off the virtual shelf.
Awesome.
So that's exciting. I mean, we just got a prototype of all the maps.
Oh, cool.
So there's 33 maps for the Raven. So what we did is we went out and created every single inch of Ravenloft.
Yeah.
Which is an iconic home of Strahd.
Yep.
We created a battle map for every inch of that castle.
So crazy.
So it's crazy. I mean, it's a crazy sort of endeavor, and we just got it, and we laid it out, and it's huge and amazing and beautiful, and we're excited for people to see it.
It's amazing. And I have...
So this is my life, right? So this is the prototype for the Strahd encounter card.
Yeah.
So our encounter cards are normally up and down, but this sits on our DM screen, and then this is the back of the DM screen with all his stats.
Awesome.
So for that big, for him being such an iconic character, this is the prototype. So this is the thing I get in the mail. Like, I just got this today. I folded it poorly. I
can't wait to get it. We'll definitely use the Strahd DM screen when we get it. And I use little monster cards back here, but to have an encounter card like larger would be really, really cool.
Yeah.
And these are some of the prototypes, or not prototypes, but kind of first print, I guess, right? You haven't even seen them, but we have the first versions from Beetle and Grimm's legendary Curse of Strahd box. And there's
what do you think of that piece there in your left hand?
This one?
No, your left hand.
This one?
Yeah, that.
It's awesome. It's so good.
Should it be bigger? We're debating whether it should be bigger.
No, because I think that letters in that time probably would have been about this size. I feel like it's a private note.
I think Michaela's here. Michaela made that piece. I think there she is.
Yeah, it's gorgeous, and frankly, I like the size. I like the size because all of these things are more or less different sizes. I like the fact that they're not all kind of 8.5 by 11 or the same size.
Yeah.
So it's cool to have different sizes for sure.
Paper is also very, very valuable. You know what I mean?
That's true too.
So using less of it is probably something that you would have done.
Yeah.
And Michaela, we don't have to change that sizing now.
No, I like it. I like it a lot. I do like it. Even this one, even the little note that he sends.
Yeah.
The party is really, really cool. All right. Thanks, Matt. To learn more about the Curse of Strahd Legendary Box, head to beetleandgrims.com, and you can order it there. And I am going to take
Thanks for letting me play your game.
Dude, are you kidding me? Thank you for playing with us. We have gotten... This season has skyrocketed on our platforms. And Matt Mercer was kind of like the engine fuel that kind of hit it into the stratosphere, and then you guys have just been we've been constantly getting comments about how awesome you and Noura are on the stream and how amazing your chemistry is, and just having you guys here. So honestly, it's an honor and a blessing for us to have you guys enjoying it. You are an incredible Rictavio, and it's been so fun. So fun.
All right, I'm gonna go pee.
Okay, I am too. Joel's going to take my place, and he's going to answer some questions while I go do the same.
All right. I have to change to Discordio. Okay. Merci. Thank you very much.
Hey. Okay, Discord. Let's find out what's going on in the Discord. Okay.
Which card?
Discord. That one, right? Okay. Hi everyone. How you doing? Sorry, I'm Joel. Questions for Monday the 17th. Is it the 17th today? Is it today?
Today is
the 17th?
Monday. The
17th.
7th.
Okay, good evening one and all. Hope all is well. Big hugs for the cast from the mods.
Whoa!
Hugs back, mods. You guys are great.
For the mods.
For the mods.
For the mods!
For the mods. Oh, I'm back.
Wow. Shout out to Dish Pickle, who has now donated 25,000 bits.
What?
Yeah, like in total, I'm assuming that's like the
Wow.
grand total that he's donated. Wow. Dish Pickle, thank you so much. That allows us to do the stuff we're doing, which is basically just pretend with friends. But thank you. That's amazing. We really do appreciate it. Edward Longleaf, question. Matthew Lillard, what did you think about... He's gone to pee, so I'll hold this for him when he comes back. What do you think about being on Criminal Minds and being an amazing villain, I might add. So I will ask him about Criminal Minds later.
What episode was he on?
Oh, I don't know. But I'll have to go and check it out.
Yeah, I haven't watched that show, but I want to watch his episode now.
Yes, totally.
Dear
I've seen the
IMDb.
show. It is it's pretty crazy. A lot of crazy criminals in that
Oh, yeah.
criminal show. Question for the next ITM episode for Matt Lillard. Does Beelan Grimm's ship to France and the UK?
We'll say.
I don't know. I'll ask him when he's back. He'll be back. Guys, he'll be back. I promise.
He'll be back.
Anomalous Zip question. Would Callie appear in spells like Divine Sense as Celestial? That's a good question because
I have Divine Sense.
you have Divine Sense. You casted it last show.
Yeah, so...
And then Jay answered there were no Celestials around.
the location of any celestial fiend or undead.
Within what?
Within 60 feet. That is not behind total cover. So she's celestial.
So she's Celestial. She would have shown up. He made a mistake, and that's...
Unless it's just that I, as my character, would already know her. Because I've
Right. He's
used
probably
that.
just...
You've used that before with her around.
That's
so
true.
maybe it wouldn't have been notable. But
Yeah, could be that he's just assuming that you're wanting to, find others than those that you know, I guess?
I think the focus was more on the strangers.
yeah, what I don't know.
Yeah. Outlaw 79. Question. Will we see Muskoka's dark side? I think you're seeing a little bit of it tonight. But Dave, you can speak to that a little bit since you're on the stream now. Will we be able to see some of Muskoka's dark side?
What dark side?
Outlaw 79 is assuming you have a dark side.
Yeah, he... I don't know. I don't know that it's dark, necessarily, to want to dismantle this terrible abomination. I mean, he's going to be happy. I don't think Strahd's going to be happy with this monstrosity that's just hacked together pieces of old dead women. Who would be happy with that?
Not very many people, I don't think. So you're probably right. His standards are probably pretty high.
And do we even know that all of the pieces are from women?
We don't.
Like, could a hand be like a man hand?
Could be a man hand.
We
And
don't.
in that sense, it could be totally manhandled.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
He would have had to manhandle
The man hand.
to make...
On to the...
Or maybe just adding a man's hand is what you would call manhandling.
That's true.
Wasn't that a Seinfeld episode? She had man hands!
It is, actually. Okay, so Walking on Sunshine question. What's the longest campaign this stream has done before? Technically, these players at this table...
I think Dragonsbane maybe just by a little bit. I think Dragonsbane did maybe like 2 or 3 episodes more than Sentinels. I think, but I could be wrong.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Yes, so that would be at least 16 episodes. At least
What?
that much.
Dragon's Bane was like 37, I want to
So
say.
there, I was right. At least 16.
I could be wrong.
At
but I
least.
think- At least 16.
At least
We did a little over 100 hours of that show.
Okay, wow. Michaela Sims, question: who's your favorite of the Valiant 3?
I can't. Is it embarrassing to say that I'm not familiar?
No, because I don't know who either. So, Brandon?
Brandon?
I would say the one that is the most valiant is probably my favorite.
Yeah.
But I also am not sure.
I tend to go for the underdog,
And
so
I
probably the
do
one that's not the most
apologize for not having an answer for this. Honestly, in my defense, I don't get to watch a lot of other streams if this is from another stream. So,
yeah.
And that's mostly just time related.
It was a question for Matt.
Oh.
From Michaela, who's like,
Oh, these are Matt questions again.
Matt. Okay. That.
Michaela, we're answering because we don't know. And
Yeah, I
this
had
is
no
what
idea what you were talking about.
This is what we're doing when we don't know what to do.
I was going to say the most handsome.
Yes.
Yeah. Of
Good
course.
answer.
We'll
Handsome
make
spice.
sure we ask Matt when he gets back. Entranadocria. Wow, that's a cool name. Question: who is the guy running everything in the background? Well, the guy who just came through, we call him the Wizard of Oz. There's a curtain here that he hides behind, and then I guess that would make us Munchkins. We Munchkins.
Or would that make us all collectively the giant great head because he's controlling us with his control panel?
Could be. Josh and Julian, they both are the wizards behind the wall that is right there. Technically, the fourth wall.
And I want to just simultaneously apologize and thank the Wizards for putting up with me while I try to join the stream from the middle of nowhere in Canada, in the wilderness, in the Algonquin region.
It's pretty hilarious.
On my car.
love you, Dave.
Yeah, they're like all laughing at you because it's like a pain in the ass for reals.
I know, but I didn't want to miss the session.
I know.
You know how many people are watching, like wishing that they could play right now and they can't. And
Yes.
what am I going to just be like? It's a little bit too hard for me to join, so I'm not going to do it.
No. And you know what? All you're doing is you're proving the amazing infrastructure of Canadian rural broadband internet connection. That's what you've done.
Yeah.
There you go.
Right?
Yeah, I'm 5 hours from Toronto on the other side of a huge provincial park, the size of like South Dakota.
It really is. Yeah, it's pretty remarkable actually. So thanks for joining, Dave, and doing the things you got to do to get it done.
Thanks, Josh and Julian. And
Yeah.
I'll,
Do the thing.
I'll buy you a beverage of your non-alcoholic choice, according to my obligations. I see you next.
That apple juice will be amazing, I'm sure. Okay, Batron 101 question. What direction would you like the campaign to go as far as fulfilling Strahd's request? So, I will state in all seriousness, I have zero desire to deliver Strahd anything that he wants. None. Zero. I am in accordance with in agreement with what Muskoka is attempting. I also think it might be a good idea to hack the witch up. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. But there's a pretty good chance that will mean that we don't leave Barovia. But I also don't believe that Barovia, delivering Strahd what he wants, is the way to leave Barovia. I think that's what people are being led to tell us. So, you guys, any thoughts?
I don't know. I'm quite embarrassed from that charm spell. Still, I'm pretty salty. I don't think I'm going to be delivering any potential partners for him in the near future.
Yeah, you were definitely. That was an epic performance, by the way. The automatic tears. Oh my goodness.
Oh, thank you.
I just feel like I have to pile some Visine into my tear ducts ahead of time, and then squirt them out quickly. All right, so Matt, you had a bunch of questions from our folks. So I'm going to ask them to you because I think, you're a guest, and you're only playing with us, like, this is the last week you'll be joining us.
Is it for sure the last week?
Well, I don't know. You haven't asked him.
Well, I will.
Okay.
I always put him on the spot.
Yeah. One more week, Matt? Okay,
Right?
so go ahead.
How about 10 more?
Okay, no. Edward Longleaf asked Matthew Lillard, what do you think about being on Criminal Minds and being an amazing villain, I might add? What did you think of the process?
Criminal Minds was, which one was that?
That's the
one where I
syndicated
was
TV show
grooming
that's
a young-
on internationally. That one.
Yeah, I don't know if that was the one I was grooming the boy to murder people, or is that the one I made out with Carol Burnett?
I think the boy grooming one is probably the one.
I think that is it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny. Every time you're doing one of those shows where you're the guest, it's like coming in and, they've been doing that show for like 80 years. So everyone knew each other really well. And it was like, they all go to work like anyone else goes to work. They just wear makeup when they go to work. And so it's like you're showing up and like participating in someone's Thanksgiving dinner. It's very weird to be the new guy. Because nobody knows your name and they know each other so well. Yeah. And you just don't want to screw up. So it's always a very strange experience. Which is why when people come on Good Girls, I try to be so kind and welcoming and warm, because you want people to feel confident and strong and loved when they're doing their work.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's not always easy in this crazy.
Which is why this is Matt's last show with us.
Yeah.
Because no, I'm just kidding. Okay.
I love playing. The truth of the matter is, I love playing on the show. I've just never been on a stream for more than 3 weeks, and I don't know.
It's so good.
I think I have to join a union or something if I'm on for 4 weeks.
I think you might be right. There's some ACTRA and AFTRA things we might have to.
Some kind of rules or regulations. I don't know.
There probably are.
Playing. There's a chance I'm gonna be back.
Yeah.
You never know.
Okay.
I like to play hard to get.
One last question for you. Michaela Sims' question.
Oh, God bless her.
Who's your favorite of the Valiant Three?
Michaela. So the three of us. So 3 people work for Beetle and Grimm's. It's Michaela, Justice, and Jason. And right now, Michaela's my favorite because she's watching. I love all my children. All my Valiant children.
Equally, I'm sure, of course.
Oh, yes. All. That's not true, actually. It's whoever's doing the most work at that given moment. And right now, it's Michaela.
There you go, Michaela. There's your answer.
She's the best.
Hold it in your heart forever.
By the way, Michaela is an official Twitch employee. So she's watching in an official manner.
Oh, very cool.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know if that's
Very
true.
cool.
She just watches their stream because she enjoys it.
Nice.
Sorry, did you say Michaela's your daughter?
No. God,
oh.
No. Michaela is, she works for Beetle and Grimm's.
Oh, because my daughter, Michaela, who's my favorite, she's actually here, sitting in the back of my car watching me play.
That is the most patient child ever.
She really loves our show.
Daddy, I want out of the car.
Like, I don't know how, like, I would have been such a pain if I had to watch my dad, like, in a car. Hi.
Hi.
Hilarious.
Dad, can we get off of this narrow bridge now?
If you open the door, the Bluetooth turns off. Don't move.
All right, we're good.
Okay, we should kill things.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Possibly you guys. Okay.
What?
Back into it. All right, just like that. We just had Falpher attempt to dual attack with oil and candelabra. Yep. That didn't work. Muskoka, you are up.
Literally.
Okay, so I'll take Dimitri's hand and stand up.
Okay.
And I'll say to him, "Oh gosh, like I thought she wasn't put together very well, but she's a tough cookie." Boy, is anybody hurt? Is Dimitri? Are you okay, Dmitri? Where'd y'all go?
I'm fine. But you
Okay.
were overcome by the creature.
I'm going to. I'm not going to take an action this round, because he failed so horribly. Like he was like, yeah, nailed her, 18, and then one punch to the middle of his face killed him. So he's a little demotivated. I'm just gonna take it easy for the next 6 seconds.
Okay. And we're only seeing like 2/3 of your face because it's blocked by the interface. So I don't know if you can like move your camera down a little bit. All we see a lot of visor.
Yeah.
All right. And before we move on real quick, giveaway. Can we get a winner?
Give it away.
Please, from Produzione. And this is for...
The puzzle box.
Yeah.
Sorry, one more time? Rules for your health? Okay. Rules for your health is the winner of the Mithril puzzle box. Woo!
Puzzle
Check out the Kickstarter right now at mithrilarmory.com. Can they go there?
Puzzles.mithrilarmory.com.
Puzzles.mithrilarmory.com. That's long. I like it.
Yeah.
It makes sense though, because it's
Puzzles.
puzzles. Okay. And now we will start the giveaway for the Beadle and Grimm's t-shirts. We're doing 2. We will do that giveaway at the end of the stream. They are going to enter Beadle, Beadle. More than once, you're disqualified. It's good to go, and you can go ahead and do that now. All right. The bride continues to stand at the back with her hands up like she doesn't want any trouble. And kind of clasps her hands like this in front of her chest. Like very serene, almost like a bride would. Rictavio, you're up. Callie, you are on deck.
I'll take a double move action. I don't know where I am because I can't see the map, but I'm going to take a double move action. I'll dash to the front. Do I get any sense of what's going on with the bride in the main room? Because I'll get down to the middle courtyard and say, we have no time. In the name of God, we must get back to the Burgermeisters now. Callie has betrayed you. Your friend.
Okay.
Come.
And so you hear this voice come down from the stairs. Ezmerelda's kind of in the stairs, so we can fix the camera a little bit. It's a little more.
Yeah, it's a little bit wonky.
But yeah.
Look at my flowing coat.
Yeah, right? As you fly.
Do I have to run by the flesh golem?
So, how much movement did he have left?
After his full turn movement, he has 5 feet left at this point.
Okay, so you're at the bottom of the stairs. To your left is Sterling and the Flesh Golem. They are currently in battle. You can see there. And you have 5 feet of movement left.
Yeah, this is pre-dash.
This is pre-dash. So you have an action
So they're in combat right at the foot of the stairs.
Yeah. And as
I'm going to change. I apologize to everyone watching. I'm going to change my action. I'm going to add an action.
Okay.
I really is not what I want to be doing right now.
You are the boss of your D&D, sir.
Oh God, could you tell my whole family that I'm the boss?
No, I said of your D&D. I didn't say of anything else.
I know, but just being the boss makes me feel really good. I believe that I can cast. Question.
Yep.
I never really run a cleric. If I cast a magic circle, I can imprison someone inside the magic circle, can I?
That's a great question that I don't know the answer to.
Just have a creature can't willingly enter the creature can have disadvantage targets within the sona's cage. No. I don't think I can. Okay.
No, I think people within the circle are protected. It's not the other way around.
Okay. I am. Okay.
6 seconds.
Okay, I am going to. I apologize. I'm going to cast a. I'm going to cast a wall of fire between us and that creature, leaving him blocked inside.
Oh, okay. How? If you can give me a quick, just a description of the size and all that stuff.
Yeah, wall appears 20 feet high, is 1 foot thick, 20 feet across.
Okay.
Wow.
And if he tries to go through, it's a 5d8 of fire damage.
Okay.
I am not casting it to hurt him. I'm casting it to inhibit him from falling.
Right. So.
As I grab the
Wow.
isn't he a construct at this point? Grab him and get him out of the room.
Okay. So you cast this wall. It goes up, and he immediately kind of like steps back and starts to kind of scream and wave his hands. I think you're trying to block it so that you can get through. So what I'm going to do is you do create it, and it kind of comes across. I'm going to say like this and blocks the area, and it does kind of come up right where he is. Can we bring it back a little bit because they can't see the actual golem? Or tilt it. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, WizKids. Okay, and now he is behind this wall, and you can see him kind of backing off in fear as he starts to step back. Would you like to move that extra 5 feet?
Yeah, I'll say in that moment, like, there is no time. Let us get out of this godforsaken place.
Okay. All right. Callie.
Scratch my head as I say it.
Callie, you are now standing. The abbot has turned to you, or the Deva has turned to you, and is looking in your general direction. You can tell that he doesn't necessarily know where you are, but he says, "Where to, Callie? Where do we go? Take me." And perhaps, what was the last thing you said? You said one last thing to him before. You don't remember? Do you remember?
Not YOLO.
Okay. No, it wasn't YOLO. That was a couple rounds ago.
Yeah.
But he.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe is what
Just
it was.
maybe.
Okay,
Yes,
right.
Are you here? I said maybe.
So he says, we can. There is a shrine to the Morning Lord in Kresk. Perhaps we retrieve Irina and then take her before the Morning Lord to find out what his will is.
I was asking him if she says no.
Yes.
If she says no, then are we done? We give up?
My intention was never to slay her or sacrifice her. She would have to of her own will. I thought for sure she would want to if she loves the people of her land, but perhaps we should ask her that question.
Okay.
Her destiny is in her hands.
I'll help you as long as if she says no, then we let her go.
Persuasion check.
That's a 1.
No one's will is greater than the will of the Morning Lord. I will bring her to him, and we will ask him, and his answer will dictate what happens to her.
This should be her answer, not his answer.
Are you willing to leave the destiny and the fate of an entire realm with all of its people in the hands of a mortal?
I won't force her to do anything that she doesn't want to do.
Then we have faith that the Morning Lord will speak the truth in this matter. Are you willing to look in the face of the Morning Lord and tell him that he's wrong?
Yes.
That doesn't surprise me. Come, where is she? I do promise, I give you my word, that I will not harm her.
Okay, and where is she? Burgomaster's?
The Burgomaster's cottage.
Okay. So I will not tell him because I don't want to use words. I'll just show him the house in my mind.
Okay, you can't do that because it's words. It's not like images.
Yeah.
And you are invisible. So do you want to still continue to be invisible?
No, I don't need to be invisible.
Okay, so all of a sudden you come and you have these ethereal wings. You have them for another, I'd say, 8 rounds or so. Okay. And so you turn towards the cottage and you start to go.
Yeah.
And he's following at your pace.
Yeah.
You go another 60 feet, and he, you imagine that he's going to follow you. Sterling, your turn. Dmitri.
But wait.
Oh.
Did I tell him where we're going?
No, you just turned.
Yeah,
and
I don't
flew.
want to tell him where we're going.
Okay.
I just want him to follow me.
Okay. And which direction do you head?
Well, towards where she is.
Okay.
But I
Okay.
don't want him to know where.
Okay. Exactly where.
Right.
Okay. So you start to follow, go in that direction.
Right.
I'm assuming he will follow. Sterling, you're up. Dmitri, you're on deck.
Okay, so the voice comes out of Sterling's mouth again, saying,
You see, boy, take this opportunity that Rictavio has given you. This beast is no longer worth our time.
and then take, I guess, a dash to get through.
Okay.
If I can get by the
Yeah.
fire.
You have to kind of like squeeze through, close the
Kinda
door, open it,
close the
whatever.
door
Yeah,
and
it's fine. Yeah.
All right, so that's 5, 10, 20.
I would take double movement for that, for like difficult terrain to get around the door. So
Okay.
whatever that 10 feet is,
It's like-
counted as 20.
Okay. So 25, 45, 50, 55, 60. Can I get past her without incurring an opportunity attack?
She kind of like, as you come, she kind of wraps around. She's keeping her distance from you.
Okay, so I'll be here then.
Okay.
Where I end
All
my
right,
turn.
Dmitri, you're up.
Okay. I'll
Oh, and I picked up my shield.
Okay. Yeah. You have it in your hand.
say to Muskoka,
Did that creature attack you?
Well, sort of. Like, I might have attacked her first. but she did attack me back. She's really strong. I
It's so Canadian. Yeah, but
yeah. I think I don't know, Dmitri. They're too strong. Any one of us would give up our lives to save all the other people. Maybe this lady would just give her face and save everybody. Who's to say she wouldn't be a hero like the rest of us would?
I suppose you're right. But if she refuses, we cannot force her. Now, the creature seems docile now. Should we wait and see then?
Well,
do not
you
wait.
could try to hit her, but I'm telling you, she hits pretty hard back.
Dimitri, do it.
No, I didn't. I was kind of like, it's something you say, but you shouldn't really do.
Okay, 6 seconds.
That was a hypothetical?
Dmitri, you get an action.
I'll stand my ground, but I'll take the dodge action.
Okay, so you kind of hold a defensive stance in front of her, and she's just standing like this, serene, hands clasped, staring straight. The abbot keeps up with you, and now you are flying kind of side by side towards the cottage. Okay, he catches up.
Okay.
Ezmerelda, you're up.
Seeing that there was a wall of fire now and there was an easy escape, I'm going to try to make my way back to the rest of the group,
Okay.
following Rictavio.
Okay, so Ezmerelda comes down. All right, and do you want to use double movement to get to with them?
Yes.
Okay, so you catch up to Sterling.
Yeah. So, she catches up.
Unless their dash. Is that including a dash where she is?
This is including a dash
then
and
that,
difficult terrain.
Then that's it. Okay, great. The golem, you hear screams of fear behind that are getting quieter and quieter. Okay? Like further away. Falpher, you're up.
Not that it's burning.
Muskoka, you're on deck.
Burning to death. It's like, oh, that's really sad.
Falpher, go.
Slowly but
Yeah,
surely.
I'm going to, seeing as I'm actually on the table now.
Yeah.
So I will load both of my crossbows again,
Yeah.
and that is all.
Okay.
And I'll turn to the others, Muskoka and Dmitri, and say, "We cannot leave her here. She must die."
She is means to an end. But if it does come to it, we should dispatch her, but maybe not at this time.
Certainly, she is not the perfect thing for Strahd. Certainly, we cannot have the abbot give her to him. There are many reasons why we must destroy her.
Well, what if it's gonna work, Falpher? What if just giving...
I don't know, but you got very quiet all of a sudden. I'm going to assume your idea was terrible.
Just your audio cut out for a quick second.
Yeah, here. I think you got muted there for a second, Dave.
Can we still hear you, Dave?
I think he is disconnected.
Sorry, the audio cut out when I was speaking. I couldn't hear you after that.
No worries.
So what was the last thing we said?
Dave was explaining why we need to keep her.
Yeah, you were saying why we need to keep her, Dave?
Well, yeah, like what if just giving her to Strahd, giving this face up, is actually going to save everybody?
There's no way that would work.
Well, how do you know?
I don't know, but she's here, and we are here, and we know that this abbot wants to give her to him.
But the abbot wants to stop everything just like we do.
Yes, but with Irene's face on this model.
Yeah, I get that it's like not so pretty, but you know, if Irene is willing to give herself up like any of us would, maybe that's what it will take to end it.
I find it absurd.
6 seconds.
Yeah, I find it absurd that you are trusting this man.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna. That's it.
Okay. You can continue the conversation after that. So Rictavio, you're up. Callie, you're on deck.
I'll take my double move now that we put the flesh golem behind the wall of fire. I'll get to the middle of the courtyard. I'm assuming that gets me close to the middle of the courtyard.
Yeah. Brandon, how far does that get him? Rictavio? Double move. Dash.
60.
It gets you basically beside the pole, so you're right with Ezmerelda. You're right with Sterling.
Okay, I'll use. Can I use thaumaturgy as a bonus action?
I believe it's a cantrip, is it?
Yeah, I think it's definitely a cantrip, but I don't know if the. Okay, so I'll use thaumaturgy, and I'll say the time to leave is now. No.
And you hear this echo through the complex, and you guys hear it in the room too. Rictavio said the time to leave is now. Callie, you're up. You continue flying further.
Yeah, but can I still have that special dagger.
Yeah.
Can I pick it back up?
Yeah, you have it.
Can I drop it while I'm flying? Just so they know where I'm going?
Interesting. Okay, so you want to just drop it kind of...
Yeah, I don't want him to see.
Yeah.
So I don't want the abbot to see.
Yeah.
But can I just drop it while I'm flying?
I'm going to say give me a sleight of hand check so that you can kind of like judge.
You're going to get a good...
A 9, and then what? You want sleight of hand?
Yeah.
Okay. I know. 3 plus 3. So 12.
Okay. As you're flying, you kind of let it go, and you're kind of putting it on the path of where they're going, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay. So you drop it, and it starts to fall, and it falls really quickly. Okay. Sterling, you're up. Dmitri, and you're taking a double move, continuing towards the cottage, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Dmitri, sorry, what did I say? Sterling, you're up. Dmitri on deck.
All right, so, oh, man, this is tough. So having heard Rictavio say that,
I'll turn and say, Rictavio, shall we wait by the gateway then?
Did you get that, Matt?
No, maybe you can't hear us.
Can you hear us, guys? Oh.
Guys, keep going.
Yeah. I can hear you now.
Okay, you can hear us now? Yeah, the Zoom call for some reason is stalling. Sterling asked if he should wait by the gate for you. Rictavio.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. So you don't have to wait for me. I'm right next to you, right?
Okay.
Well,
Just determining whether to proceed in the direction to the banquet hall, or heading towards the gate, since you had just said what you had said?
But if you start making your way towards the banquet hall, I'll probably follow you.
Okay. All right. I will continue. And so I keep going.
Okay.
With a dash. 5, 10,
You probably have maybe 2 rounds left,
5, 40, 45,
and for your big Sterling.
60. Okay.
Okay, I got you.
Through the door?
That's fine.
Okay. You're just inside the door. You see the current scene that is unraveling. Okay? Dmitri, you're up.
Okay, so I see Sterling has entered.
The creature had felled Muskoka after he had tried to fell her, but I restored him, and now now the creature's sort of minding its own business. It seems. I don't know. We're having a conversation about whether we should continue the abbot's plan.
It is an abomination, and the abbot is deceived.
Well, you don't think that if Irina volunteers her life, that wouldn't be a noble reason?
If she volunteers her life, perhaps.
Then maybe we should wait.
I don't believe that this plan would work. Giving a piece of her body and also her soul. To complete what? Something that was not perfect already?
I agree with Sterling. It makes no sense. We should dismiss her life, or her death, or whatever she is, right now.
Okay, Dmitri, it's your turn. Do you have an action you want to take?
Um,
Or a movement?
Okay, I'll say
Maybe you're right. It is an abomination.
and I'll walk over to 30, and I'm gonna swipe with the longsword.
Okay.
Yes.
She is currently taking a dodge action, so that's with disadvantage, please.
Okay. Okay, 1, 4. Okay, 15 to hit.
That is a hit.
All right. I'm gonna add Divine Smite.
Okay.
Would this be an undead or a fiend?
It is not.
Rather? Oh, okay.
Neither.
Then it'll be 2d8. 1. Where are you, d8? I just had you there. Okay. Plus my longsword. Okay. So that's 8 slashing plus 12 radiant damage.
Okay. You notice that the radiant adds an oomph, I guess, to your attack, and it does full damage for that. But again, you're the sword behind it.
I have no
isn't
idea
quite.
that we're wrong.
What's that? What?
We keep going into our own pocket of reality. You guys don't know that we're completely dropped out.
Oh.
Wow.
Together. We
Yeah.
can't hear you guys. But
Oh,
it's
that's-
We can hear each other.
Space.
Oh, that's so
strange.
weird. Okay, well, hopefully it
So
doesn't.
we're just saying bad things about you behind your back.
Oh, that's great. That's really hilarious. That's awesome. Okay, sorry. So how much damage? How much of the
Eight, 12, right?
slashing did you do?
Yeah, 8 slashing,
8 slashing.
12 radiant. I think that should do it, guys.
I think that'll do it.
And how much radiant?
12.
12. Okay. And you come across with this radiant strike, and there's a flash of energy as it hits her, and she kind of backs off as she takes it directly kind of in the chest area, in the torso area, as she kind of smacks against the back wall, and her face changes. As she was just kind of standing there, minding her
Back you hear,
business.
yeah, good job.
Okay, the abbot, all of a sudden, Callie, goes down, catches the dagger, and brings it back up. She says, I believe you dropped this.
Oh shoot! Thank you.
And you guys continue going.
Sorry. Yeah. Shoot. Sorry.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Slipped out of my pocket.
That's great.
So I just
Butterfingers,
didn't know- yeah.
Callie.
Shoot. Man, that sucks.
That's hilarious. Ezmerelda, you're up.
How far can I get into where the rest of the group is?
Okay, you are 10 feet behind Rictavio right now, but you can dash and get pretty close to them.
I won't dash, but I'll go as far as I can.
Okay,
30.
so 30 puts you at the well, kind of midway point. Want to keep going?
Oh no.
Can't hear you.
Again.
Oh no. They're in their own realm again.
There apparently is a storm moving through our area, so it might.
Dang,
There you are.
you're
That's
Good.
when the rash cleared up. So.
There you go. Good.
Oh, we're back.
Yeah, you're back. Okay, sorry. There's a storm. I think it's probably affecting the internet signal. So hopefully,
Okay.
hopefully.
I
it
said I
doesn't-
was gonna sing all my actions until.
You're at the well. Do you want to continue to the room?
I'll continue. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll continue as far as I can.
Double move. Does that put her inside?
30 there.
Okay.
So double?
That's it. No, that's it.
That's
Oh, I
it.
thought that was
No. So you're just outside the door. You can see inside the door. You can just basically see the back of Sterling. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Great.
Do I have a clear line? Like, is anybody obstructing
No.
my view of this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone.
Everyone's in there
Yeah,
already.
including
Okay.
the wall. Yeah. You just don't
In
have
my
a.
way.
The angle is not right.
Gotcha.
Falpher, you're up. Muskoka, you're on deck.
Okay, so I will now use my +1 arrow and shoot it in her right eye socket.
Are you calling a shot, sir?
I'm going to call a shot. Yes, I will.
You're calling her. I'll let it go for flavor.
Nice.
Okay, go.
Okay.
Well, I don't know if it's going to get the eye socket.
It
It
may
depends on
not,
how you
but-
roll.
Um,
But I'm not going to give you disadvantage for a cult shot.
that, my friends, is a 3. Yeah. Like
You-
a
you
proper
get-
3.
Yeah, you get it in Muskoka's eye socket.
Oh,
No, just kidding. No, just kidding.
Behind him.
Oh, plus.
Base is really low, so it could still hit.
Oh,
Yeah, no.
that's true.
Yeah, no.
So that'd be a +4, I think. No, +5. Sorry. So 8.
8, no, not enough. Goes wide, hits the back wall, and skitters across.
I have
Sorry.
another. But I'm not going to shoot it.
Right, okay, that's right. Muskoka, you are up.
Okay, great. I'm just I'm not so sure that this is the right course of action. So I'll say, look, if you guys want to like try to take her down, you go ahead. I tried, it didn't go well, and I'm just gonna pat Dmitri on the back and be like, okay, good luck, buddy. And I'm gonna cast guidance,
Okay.
which will allow him to roll a d4 and add that number to any ability check of his choice.
Wow.
Okay.
Good luck.
You
That's
can make the
awesome.
roll before or after making the ability check.
Is it ability check
Again.
or attack? Is it an attack as well? I
That's
guess
an ability check.
I think an attack is an ability check. I guess
Yeah,
I
let's
got
say
this
that.
wrong. Okay. I'm sure the guys in the
But
back
again,
will tell
the
me.
verbal component is good luck, buddy.
Okay. You hoser. Okay. All right. The bride turns towards you and attacks. I've been rolling fire today. And
Sorry, towards who?
Towards Dmitri, who just attacked her. What's your armor class, sir?
18.
Okay, that is not enough. That is not enough. You bring up your shield. Two monstrous smacks on your shield as it kind of pushes you back a little bit. You hold true.
And I say, looks like we got a bridezilla.
Rictavio, you're up. Callie, you're on deck.
I'll make my way to the room.
Okay.
Can I get there and still have an action or no?
No. You're going to have to use double action to get in.
Okay, I'll use double action when I get in the room. I'll see combat happening. Okay, I'll say, "What are you doing? If you drop this creature,
Just in.
you are making an enemy of the devil. This will not bode well. Stand back."
Okay, you guys can respond
Yeah.
verbally.
You have no clue what you're talking about. Get her!
What are you talking about? You have to take on a Deva.
Ah,
It is its features. It is its construct. If you drop it, you will create an enemy of power you have no way of dealing with, you imbeciles. You young, foolish imps. Your aggression will get us all killed. Stand back.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was saying.
Callie, you're up. Sterling, you're on deck. You just continue flying.
Yeah.
It's going to take a couple rounds to get there,
Yeah.
even with double movement. So you guys just continue to go.
Yeah.
You're about halfway there now.
All right, can
Okay.
I try to drop my sword again? My
You can
dagger?
absolutely try and drop your dagger.
Yeah.
Give me a sleight of hand check.
I can't get into my
D&D Beyond?
thing, so
Oh.
I don't know what that number is.
Okay.
It just keeps kicking me out, but that is a 9.
Okay. All right.
What do you need? Sleight of hand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus
I
3,
Okay,
have-
that's fine.
4, I think.
Yeah. I agree.
All right.
Say 12. Yeah, I know.
Weird.
It's not. It keeps kicking me out. I'm not sure.
It's yeah, plus 3.
Okay. All right. Callie, Sterling, you're up. Dmitri, on deck.
All right, hearing Rictavio's words, it kind of strikes me as makes a whole lot of sense. So, fine, we leave the abomination. And by the way, the eyes are like blood red, and you don't usually see them this red. And so Sterling turns around and leaves, uses as much movement as possible to get to this gate here.
30? So that's 30 there.
Yeah, and I guess I'll just...
Do you want to use double movement to get out the gate?
Sure.
Okay, then you can move your other 30. The gate's kind of in the middle, yeah.
30.
Okay, so you are exiting the...
I'll just hang on.
You've now exited the inner courturd.
I'm probably
Okay,
small Sterling
Dimitri,
now,
you're up.
right?
Yes, you would be small. It's the sound that Super Mario makes when he goes
Exactly
down.
what I was thinking. Eyes are still red.
Okay,
Fine.
Dmitri.
I'll disengage,
Okay, use the disengage action.
and I'm going to back up. One.
Leaving Muskoka open to attack. Okay, go ahead. No, keep going. You made the decision. Keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going.
I'm backing up.
Yeah.
But actually, this is what I was going to
Yeah.
do. I'm backing up because before, when there was no aggression, she kind of went back
Yeah.
into like a
Yeah.
state. So I'm just like backing up far enough, but I'm watching intently to
Okay.
see what she does.
Yeah.
We've sorted out our differences. I don't think there should be any problem now.
She has full understanding of the
Says the
situation.
I hit
Yeah,
her,
yeah.
she hit me.
Yeah. Exactly. The abbot again says, "Callie, so clumsy."
Oh my goodness.
Catches it again, brings it back up to you,
He's a
and
nice
says,
guy, I mean,
"You continue to drop your dagger. I know you are clumsy. I've always been a plight of yours. I understand."
ew.
Performance check, actually, as you're trying to
I
pretend
can't-
kind of that you're.
Yeah, but I can't.
Okay.
3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Plus
Okay.
2, I think.
And you seem kind of like narrow his eyes at you, like he's a little bit.
Suspicious. of
Yeah,
it.
he's suspicious of your intent. Okay.
Okay.
Ezmerelda, you're up. Falpher, you're on deck.
And we cannot hear.
Oh, we can't hear.
Oh no, not again.
No, can't hear you yet. I don't know what's going on with this audio.
That's so strange.
There you go.
Oh,
Got you now.
Does
Oh,
Muskoka?
we're back. Okay.
Okay, go.
So weird.
Your internet connection is unstable, Zoom is telling me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've gotten that before.
Yeah. And it keeps kicking me off.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Something's going on with. Okay, let's just hope we make it through the last half hour.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Ezmerelda.
Okay. Am I able to get a clear, unobstructed line of sight towards this creature?
Yeah, so you can get into the room now. So 5, 10, 15, 20 puts you inside the door, and you have a clear shot.
Okay. Because, you know, there's only like 25 letters in my alphabet because I'm all out of F's. So I am going to hurl a lightning bolt at that faceless wench.
Oh,
Oh, she's covered in oil.
she's covered in oil.
Okay.
That's a dex save.
For her, okay. And what's the DC?
Oh my god, please make it. 14.
She passes. She fails.
Oh.
Hey! All right. Then she takes D&D Beyond is calculating my 23 points of lightning damage.
Okay.
That's big.
Very nice.
Oil.
23 points of
Oil
lightning
all
damage.
over her.
And how much is that for?
Okay, as you point your hand out, bzzz, lightning energy propels from your hand and starts to rock her. And as it does, she clenches her fist like she's welcoming it. And the wounds start to heal up on her neck and on her shoulder as she like
Shenanigans!
and smiles.
I call shenanigans.
She has no face.
I
How
call
does she smile?
shenanigans.
She has no face.
Like Skeletor smiles.
She's a hybrid.
Built with electricity. What are you doing, you imbeciles?
Does it light the oil?
This is
That's a
least
good
light the
question.
oil.
Does it like
That's
the
a good
oil,
question.
Jason?
Let's
Light
find
the
out if it
oil.
lights the
Light
oil.
Light
Light
the
the
oil.
oil.
Light
Light
the
the
oil.
oil.
Yes, it lights the oil. As it starts to spread kind of up her legs, and she starts to like freak out like the other golem did, and she starts to kind of pat out the flames, trying to pat out the flames as it ignites. Okay.
My heart can't handle all this, Jason.
As she's patting the fire out,
Yeah.
I'll just go, I got it, and then I'll look at Rictavio and go, sorry, and
And Falpher, you're up.
yeah, and
And Muskoka's on deck.
So I'll go. Fine, maybe we are imbeciles. Maybe. Okay, fine, and I'll follow Sterling out the door.
Okay, so you can move yourself.
Yeah.
You dash yourself out.
Yep. So I only have 50.
Back on the roof.
I think it will lead me to the entrance because I only have 50.
Okay, Muskoka, you're up.
Because you were kind of just.
I'll say to her, sorry about the whole misunderstanding. Yeah, but we tried to get you better with the lightning. We're gonna, you just stay here. We're gonna try to get you a base. And I'll turn around and leave.
Okay, so can you move Muskoka out as well?
Yeah.
Dash him out. As he goes safely out the door, she continues to try and pat her flames out, and she successfully pats them all out in this turn that she has. Rictavio, you are up. Callie, you're on deck.
I'll look at Ezmerelda and say, what do you intend to do? Fight us both or leave? I need to know.
Fight you both. Why would I fight you?
Because if you kill her, we are all dead. And I will not die that way. Rash child, are you going to leave or fight us both? Speak now.
How much do I believe him, what he's saying about
Insight check.
Look at the vein in my head.
That should tell you.
Believe he's telling the truth.
18.
Okay, with an 18, what does she know?
I'm screaming.
You cut out a little bit, but I'm gonna say that you believe him with an 18. That what he's saying is true. Oh, that is a horrible way to pause David's face. There it is.
Hey, we're back.
Okay, you're back.
Hey,
Okay.
there you are.
Oh man.
So I scream. I scream at you. I was like,
Yep.
I am definitely telling the truth. As I pull out my mace and I get in battle position.
Okay.
Man.
Okay, and I stand down.
Okay.
Great.
Ezmerelda.
As that happened,
Yep.
so that was the interaction. So I'll cast Sanctuary on David
Yep.
and wait till he gets out of the room.
Okay. All right. As he passes, you cast Sanctuary on him, and he continues. That's fine. He's already out the
And I'll
room.
wait till we're all out of the room.
Okay, so you're staying in there in the room.
Well, I'm back. I'm gonna be the last one out of the room.
Okay, so basically you're moving forward to block the entrance to make sure everybody gets out safely.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Callie, you move another closer, you're about 1/4 more to where you need to be. Okay? Okay. You're about 5 rounds into your 10-round flight. Okay. Keep. No, more than that. 6. 6. You have 4 rounds left of flight. Okay. Sterling, you're up. Dmitri, you're on deck.
All right, I'll continue to the gate and stay
Okay.
there.
Okay. So you move to the front gate. You stay.
And I'm waiting for everybody
Dmitri.
else.
All right, I'll turn around and I'll say, if we're leaving, we should leave now. And I'll use my dash to get out. And
Okay. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 gets you to the door, and then 30 more. Okay. The abbot continues to keep up with you. Ezmerelda, you're up. Falpher, you're on deck.
I'll just taking my cue from.
Lost you again. I'm going to give Falpher his turn, and then Ezmerelda, you go.
So I'll just pursue wherever Sterling is going, and out the gate, I believe, is where he was. So I'll use my actions to. Yep. That's it.
I will head towards the rest of the party.
Okay. Okay. So right now, you guys are all out safely. I'm going to take you out of initiative.
Yay.
At this point, but we're still going to count rounds between you guys and Callie. I'll let all you guys go, and then I'll let Callie and the abbot go, and you guys will just go back and forth between what needs to happen. Okay? You guys are currently in the mountains. You all make it out to the front gate over the next couple rounds.
Okay.
Okay?
Over here.
I'm not hearing you, Ezmerelda or Noura. I think that you guys are just they're talking amongst themselves. I don't know what's going on. They have a little
good time over there.
cool party over there.
Yeah. The cool kids are having a party.
I'm in Barovia.
Oh, there we go. Matt Lillard, I have been told that we need a shirt that just says "You imbeciles." Do we have permission to create a "You imbeciles"
Can
shirt?
we make
I like
a
it.
imbecile shirt?
Specialty.
You imbeciles!
That's great. A Rictavio shirt that says "You
Yeah,
imbeciles"
that should be his
with your
merch.
fist like this.
That's right.
You imbeciles. That's great. Okay.
So we missed everything that just happened because we were.
Yeah. So you guys we're out of initiative. You guys are at the front gate, leading so the inner gate to the courtyard. You cross that. You get to the front gate. There is no sign actually of the 2 mongrel folk. You guys are lost you again. Can you guys hear me? Give me a nod if you can hear me at least. No. Can't even hear me. Don't know what to do here. I think we're gonna go to the abbot and Callie.
Okay.
You guys make it the distance, and you guys are over above the cottage at this point.
Yeah.
And the abbot looks at you and says,
And that's where she is?
"Yeah, she is in. She's in the basement of this cottage."
Yeah.
And he says, "Are we here? Have we arrived?" As you kind of stop, and he drifts closer to you. And at this point, you can hear that there's talking around the village, and people are starting to point at the 2 angelic creatures.
Yeah.
You have 1 round left of your flying. Yeah. 2 rounds. Sorry.
Oh, okay, that's fine because we're there, right?
You're right now. You're like 20 feet above, or 30 feet above the ground.
Okay, so I want to say yes, we're here. And can we go down?
Yeah. So you guys slink down to the ground, and you guys land on the ground. Where do you want to land in the cottage? There's a door in the front, and there's a door in the back. You can hear
Just at the front.
the goats, and you can hear the chickens inside
Okay.
the cottage.
It's okay in the front.
The front door, so you just come back down.
Yeah, and I also want to take off my headpiece.
Yeah.
And I want to just lay it at the door.
Okay. So you just take it off. Do you make it obvious, or are you trying to hide it from him?
I heard your dice roll over there.
Yeah.
Just
pre-rolling.
Yeah, exactly. Pre-rolling.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we call it, don't we?
Yeah. Just in case.
Yeah.
I'll ignore it.
I will. I don't mind if he sees it because I'm going to say that is a sign of me being submissive to the people in the cottage if I take my headpiece off.
Okay.
So I don't mind if he sees it.
Okay. All right. He seems to accept it. And at this point, we'll go back to these guys. Can you guys hear me now, or are you guys completely...
We got you, yeah.
Okay, you can hear me. Okay, so what do you guys do when you get to the front gate? You guys head down the path?
Yes.
Yeah.
As the whole party? Okay, so let me just tell you how long it's going to take for you to get there, because that is important at this stage.
I'm feeling very defeated, given all
I
of
bet.
my roles and actions.
And my general overall life choices.
Jay, are there
Yeah.
horses in this place
500.
that we could?
600. No, 700, 800. Not that you've seen.
We have to climb back down. It's only 400 yards, we were told.
You're looking at 1,200 feet of movement to get back down.
Did anybody put any quest bars in their backpack? Because y'all are gonna need some protein.
Yeah.
It's 1,200 feet of movement to get back down to the cottage. It took you a while to get up here because of the switchback road.
Right.
Sorry, how many
Okay.
feet?
1,200.
feet.
It's gonna be a little while.
Yeah. You guys are in full, we'll say full minute rounds at this point. So, no, we'll go in 6 seconds.
It's really not that much, actually.
40 minutes?
No, not even close.
Okay, do the math.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys start down the path. We're just going to continue this until you guys arrive.
It's less than 400 meters. That means that it's less than a walk around the track of a high school.
No, yeah, but I need the math for the.
You're
for
converting it
D&D,
into metric?
so,
Yeah,
yeah.
why?
Yeah. Because I'm Canadian.
Yeah, exactly.
Why do you guys
It's about a
convert to
third of a
metric?
nautical mile.
I think that's 200 rounds.
How many hectares is that?
Yeah. So if you're moving 60 feet per round,
You're talking about rounds.
yeah. How many rounds is that?
200 rounds.
Yeah.
200 rounds.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So we're looking at 200 times 6,
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
which is
That's
12.
That's
It's 120.
until the end of
So-
this whole thing in October.
120 minutes. An hour.
120 seconds, right?
120
October
seconds.
31st, you should
1200
be
seconds.
there.
1,200 seconds.
Okay, so I just need minutes. How long is it?
Okay.
Oh my god, are we that serious about the game?
Yes,
Yes.
of course we
Oh,
are.
sorry. I mean, sorry, guys.
What,
Sorry.
20 minutes?
20 minutes.
20 minutes.
20 minutes. Okay, so it's going to take you 20 minutes
Oh,
by
that's-
dashing, moving as quickly as you can to get to where you need to get to. Okay. All right, so you guys dash, and we'll just go back to you. So you're at the front of the cottage.
Yeah.
He says, how do you suggest that should I turn back into the abbot and present myself? I was supposed to come and get Irina anyways.
How about we go over to the bar and just have a drink and we'll discuss this?
There is no bar. There is no tavern in Kresk. We need...
What kind of place is this?
I feel like you are delaying.
I think that we need to come up with a plan. We can't go in yet. We need to go and sit down and we need to have a
He knocks on the door
Oh.
and turns back into the abbot.
That's harsh, dude. I told you to wait a second.
He waits a couple moments.
I'll look
No
at it.
answer.
I will call you out. I will have zero problem calling you out. If you want to act like that, I will call you out in front of these people.
Call me out for what? I thought we were coming to get Irina.
I need to trust your motives. And if I feel like you're betraying me, I will... See? Stop with the knocking!
Why do you anger? I thought we were on the understanding of what needs to happen here.
I'm 50-50 in this, brother.
You have brought me to where we are. Is she here?
I'm not at 100%. If you knock one more time, I'm gonna put a dagger through your hand. And I put my hand on my dagger.
Callie, you have had to learn through pain your entire life. You have stood against destiny and not heeded the call of the Morning Lord as much as you could. I have had as much patience as I can spare. My patience runs thin.
You also have a bad haircut.
And he looks up like, what's wrong with my hair? And he kind of takes it back like he wasn't expecting that. And you can see it's kind of a Beatles haircut.
Yeah, it's a bowl cut.
And he stops. He says, what relevance does my hairstyle have to what we have to do here
Listen,
today?
I just need us to go a little bit slower in this.
Slower for who?
Me.
For the people of Barovia who have been made captives for hundreds of years at the hands of a tyrant?
Just let me go first.
Very well. Please.
And I knock, but it's a little more gentle, like 30% more gentle than his knock.
Okay. Yeah. Nothing.
Okay, well let's go find somewhere to sit and talk with this wine on my satchel.
Callie, I am going into this cottage if she is in there. I must speak to her. The Morning Lord has asked me to. I have made a promise, you have my word, that I will not harm her of my own hand. I will heed the Morning Lord's word on this, but I am not leaving this cottage without Irina. So either you go in for her, or I will.
I will.
Then go.
Okay.
Okay? What do?
I open the door.
Okay, you go to open the door, the latch is locked. You can tell that the door is locked.
Okay, I have these kits.
Okay, so I want you to make a sleight of hand check. And you can add your proficiency modifier to that.
I don't know what that means.
So just make a dexterity check.
12 plus dexterity?
Yeah. And then +2.
Oh my gosh, did I miss it? Oh,
No,
it's on the
it's on the
first?
first
Yeah,
thing.
right.
I hate when he does that. Here.
+3.
Yeah.
15?
Yeah.
Plus what?
+2. 17?
Yep.
Okay. 17, in no time, you open the door.
Okay. And I tell him, wait here.
I will. Okay, and you go in. Okay, you walk into the cottage and it is empty. Burgomaster's not there, his wife's not there.
Yeah.
The chickens are clucking. All you can feel or hear. Actually, give me a perception check, actually, in this case.
15 plus 4.
Okay.
19.
With a 19, it is quiet except for slight creaking that you know is coming from a door that they have that leads to a cellar.
Yeah.
That is their wine cellar.
Okay.
And you can tell that they've
Oh, yes.
moved a rug over that doorway.
Yeah. Okay.
What do you do?
I want to is there any chips and salsa on the table? 'Cause
No,
I'm
there's
super
nothing.
hungry.
There's like
I'll
bread
take
and
the
food.
bread.
And,
I take a
okay.
bread as I walk by. I
Yeah.
just take a bread. I shove a bread
Yeah.
in my mouth,
Yeah.
and then I'll go to where the creaking is, lift
Yeah.
up the carpet,
Yeah.
and I'm going in.
Okay. So you open up the door,
Yeah.
and immediately, shoot, shoot, like swords come out. You hear the sound of swords,
Dude.
and you look down, and there are like 5 guards at the bottom,
Yeah.
looking up like this, ready when they see you.
Yeah.
And Irene says, "Wait, it is Callie."
Yeah.
And she kind of like moves her way, and she says, "Is it safe? Are we leaving?"
What are you gonna do now?
And Ismar kind of steps up and kind of looks up at you.
It's not like super safe. I wouldn't say like it's like 100% safe.
What are you trying to say? That isn't his voice. What are you trying to say, Callie? And that wasn't her voice either. Please,
I have an
speak
idea.
plainly.
I have an idea.
Where are your companions?
I have no idea.
You don't know? Did they meet their doom?
No, they're alive. They're alive. They're okay. They're just about an hour. What was it? 20 minutes?
20
Hour?
minutes
20
out.
minutes.
20 minutes behind me, behind us.
What is the plan? Where is the abbot?
These are tough questions. I want to. I don't want them to go up to him yet. I want to paint something so we can get them out of here
Okay,
because I don't want them to see him yet.
okay,
And so I want to paint something to get them out
okay.
that he
So
doesn't
where
see.
do you want to do that?
right where we are.
Okay, but so you find a wall. So you want to basically paint like a door or a trap door that will lead out of the house.
Yeah.
You start to paint.
I do.
How long does it take per square
Well,
foot?
what did we say last time? It was like
like
10
10
minutes.
10 minutes.
10 minutes
per. It would take 10
for the
minutes
whole
to do a
door.
For the door.
So let's say 5 minutes for
a small
for a
trap.
small trap.
Yeah, we
So
just
you-
need to fit through our bodies.
You
so
start that
just like-
process, and okay, so about 3 minutes into the process.
Can I paint a door on where I went in to make it look like it wasn't an inn? So that the abbot comes,
Yeah.
he's like looking around, going, "There wasn't even an in
You'd have
in
to
the
paint
first place."
a wall.
Yeah,
where
and he's
the
standing
door
right
is.
there. So if you start to just kind of like paint, and you have to paint on a surface, kind of, right? In order to
But
create
didn't
something.
I lift up a carpet, and then that was a door?
Oh, so you want to paint stone where the door was, so that it looks
Did
like there
he
wasn't.
see me lift up the carpet?
No, he's outside.
Okay, so can I paint it that it doesn't? When he,
You can
if he were to
absolutely
lift
try.
up the carpet,
You
it
can
looks
absolutely
like
try.
it just looks like the floor.
Yeah, you can absolutely try.
Do it.
So I would like you to make a performance check, please.
It's a 14 plus 3.
Okay.
17.
All right, 17. So 3 minutes pass, and you're furiously painting. And this door is about 2 feet by 2 to 3 feet by 4 feet. So it's going to take about that 5 to 7 minute range. You're furiously painting, and in your head you hear, "Callie, what is taking so long? Is she in there?"
And I'll just say, I just need more time.
How much time do you need?
How much time do I need?
You imagine you're about 2 minutes out from finishing.
Just a couple more minutes. Just a couple more minutes.
Okay, give me a persuasion check. Deception check.
18.
Good roll.
18 plus, is it deception?
Deception, yeah.
Is that on the first then?
Yeah, no, it's right there.
Oh,
The
why? Why is
There
it?
it is,
Oh,
there it is.
3. 9,
So
21,
21.
21. Sorry. Oh, sorry. 21.
He says, "Please hurry.
Oh.
Time is of the essence."
'Kay.
You complete it.
Yep.
What was your performance check, sorry, that you rolled, that you had rolled before?
Was an
Is that
18?
17?
17? Okay.
So 17.
So as it completes, as you finish the final stroke, it turns from paint and shimmers, and it looks like stone.
Okay.
And you hear muffled gasps, but all sound now stops.
Okay.
And to you, it looks like stone. It looks like you've done what you needed to do. What do you do?
Well, okay, now I want to start painting a door, a little escape thing. Now that that's been done, I want
Okay.
to paint a little escape thing so we can get out.
Okay, so now, where do you want to paint that?
On the wall, whatever.
Okay, so you want to find a wall somewhere, kind of
we're
hidden
in
or whatever?
We're in a basement, right?
No,
No,
You're in the
floor, you painted on the
upper
ground.
floor of the cabin.
Oh, okay.
They're in the basement. They're in
Yeah.
the cellar. You've just covered it, so it looks like there's nobody there.
But I'm not with
So at this
them?
point, no.
Well, that wasn't what was going on in my
Oh.
head.
Oh, you wanted to hide yourself in the floor
I
as
wanted
well.
to be with them.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry. Oh, sorry, guys.
Yeah, and
That
you
didn't
couldn't
turn
do
out the way
that. You
I
couldn't
wanted.
paint it from the bottom of the door
Oh.
to make it look like stone on the top.
Oh,
So you've
okay,
now
that's
painted
fine.
it so that it looks like there's nothing in there.
Shite. That
So
changes
at this point, if he
everything.
walks in, he'll think that potentially
Okay.
there's no
Okay, that's
door.
fine. That's
Okay.
fine.
So he finally says, "Callie, I'm coming in."
Okay.
And he walks. He kind of strolls into
Okay.
the cottage, and he starts to kind of look around.
I couldn't find them. I looked all around here and I couldn't find them.
It took you that long.
I looked everywhere. I looked everywhere. I looked under the rug. I looked under the benches. I looked everywhere. I can't find them. They must have went somewhere else. We have to keep looking for them.
Deception check.
7 and.
I'm actually going to give you a deception check with advantage because of your illusion that you have.
That was a 2, so 7, 8, 9, 10. So I only got a 10.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Callie,
Yeah,
where are they?
I don't know. They're not here.
I've known you your whole life. I know.
I take up my flask
When
out and I
you
just
lie.
slowly.
He smacks it out of your hand, and it smashes
No,
on the wall.
he didn't take her
Callie?
flask away. What?
Where is she? I have kept my word. You keep yours.
You know, like when your
How
brother's
far
getting
out
in
are these
trouble.
guys? Dude, how far out are these guys? These guys had to be closer,
You don't know.
right?
Nope. You don't know. You don't even know if they're on their way.
Right, that's true. I don't know, right?
He.
How close are we at this point?
You guys are about 5 minutes out.
Okay.
You're starting to kind of crest the edge of the village, and you're starting to come in. I'm actually using real time because it was the time. It's
Yep.
actually less, but it's the real time of when we
Okay.
started doing this stuff.
Cool.
That, yeah.
How about we just go outside and we just talk about things first?
he turns back into the Deva. He's about 8 feet tall, and there's literally just a couple inches above his head. He unhitches his mace in his hand, and he hefts it.
The spray stuff that you put in people's eyes?
No, it's like a big hammer. And he wields his mace, and he just starts smashing the cottage, just smashing all of the coops and the walls, and he's starting to get enraged. And you can see, like, as he swings across, he's just literally clearing full swaths of wall as he starts to smash. And you guys start to hear this, and you start to hear she screams, kind of like, what's going on? And like kind of a ruckus starting to occur in the
And they say
village.
that women are emotional.
This guy is.
As this is happening,
Such a diva.
He's such a diva.
as this is happening, you guys you can see now the cottage. You turn a corner, and you can see there's 5 cottages, and on the end cottage is this, and you can hear this ruckus now starting to erupt from that cottage, a smashing of wood, and these, like, people kind of stepping out of their cottages and wondering what's going on, and starting to kind of panic.
Let's go!
Yes, let's pick up the pace.
Do they happen to see my headpiece shining in the lack of sunlight?
Yeah.
The door.
Okay, so at this point, he continues to smash. He's like, "Where is she?" And he's starting to
I'm
this
just
this
buying my
righteous
time.
anger.
I'm
His
just-
eyes are starting to glow white hot
Right.
with this rage that is within him. You guys make it to the cottage.
Okay.
You get to the front door. I'd like you all to make perception checks, please.
Mother of all things good and true.
Nat 20.
Whoa!
33.
Finally rolled. Well, for once.
Okay, anybody over like a 15?
Am I supposed to?
No. As you come to the edge of the front, you see that the Callie's kind of headpiece is out on the step. But at that point, it's diminutive. It's not even it doesn't even register when you see massive swaths of wood shards flying from inside this cottage, like it's being torn from the inside out. And you hear this voice say, "Where is she?" As he's just taking down full walls.
I rolled a 22.
I'll cast thaumaturgy and I'll say, "It is time for us to converse in sooth. Come forth. Present yourself, angel."
And he stops, and he brings his mace back like this, as he hears this voice, and he kind of looks at you, Callie, and then he looks down at the ground where your painting is. And he grabs his mace with both hands, and he raises it above his head towards the ground, and that's where we're going to end the session for this evening.
That was good. That was good. Oh, wow.
Thank you all for playing with us tonight.
That was good.
I mean, Matthew Lillard, we're right in the middle of a cliffhanger. I mean, you just called him out.
It'd be hard for me not to play next week.
I would
It
say
would be so hard. It would be
near
so hard.
impossible.
Wow, that was good.
Hopefully Zoom will be better.
Yeah.
Hopefully Dave would be a little quieter.
Say, during that last thing, I literally kept saying, "I cast thaumaturgy. I cast."
I got some like 12 times.
Well, you got it out.
It definitely ended much better the way it ended right there.
Good. Thank you everyone for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw today, make sure that you follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/RealmSmith. Follow also on Beetle and Grimm's Twitch, as well as D&D's Twitch. We want love all around. And if you subscribe, you can join our roleplay server on Discord and become a Vistani in the Vistani, which you actually will, through your roleplay and through the quests that you do, affect the gameplay of the live stream and vice versa. There are things happening right now and quests happening right now that actually lead towards where this season's going to end for you guys. So they're actually moving in tandem, kind of parallel storylines. So it's a little mind-blowing. And it's really, really exciting. Thank you to our producers in the back, as always, Julian and Josh. I want to thank our Smith Guardians for moderating and for all of the wonderful work that they do on Discord. I want to thank the cast. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
I do want to say, I did say this on Behind the Screen earlier this week, but I do want to say... What's that? Oh, you just came back, I think. I do want to say, can we go just close on this? I do want to say that David Shaheen has decided to pursue other things, and he will not be with us anymore this season. We are saddened. We will miss Rone, but we wish him all the best. You guys are keep.
I know.
We keep popping in. We didn't know
keep
he
popping
did the
in
giveaway winner.
To her, not yet. We're gonna do it in a
All right.
second. But yeah, so David Shaheen will not be back this season. We will miss him and we will miss Rone, but we wish him all the best. And we will do the winner now. Can we do the winner?
Huzzah!
Huzzah!
Chaos Monkey Boy.
Chaos Monkey Boy!
That's kind of Muskoka, isn't it? Oh, Chaos Monkey Boy. Anyways, congratulations to Chaos Monkey Boy. You have won one T-shirt from Beetle and Grimm, and the other winner is Skulla Grimmer?
Waffle Monkey Boy.
Skulla Grimmer, you have won the second T-shirt from Beetle and Grimm. Congratulations, everyone. Make sure that you love the people that are close to you. We are not through this thing called life in a pandemic yet, and so just make sure that you reach out to those folks. Don't forget, as things start to open up, it's easy for us to kind of like, get absorbed in our own lives again, and just take what you've learned in the pandemic and apply it. We get messages on the daily, sometimes, well, on the weekly, sometimes on the daily, of people who say that our stream gets them through another tough day, and that's why we do this. And so thank you everyone for watching. Thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you on Monday. Love you. You guys have a good week. Woo! Bye!
See you guys.
See ya.
Yeah.